Shit. I am talking lots of shit. My name's Eddie Ift. I am here. I'm doing a low-key show tonight because my guest, an old friend of mine, we go like way back, like 2 years, and he's one of my favorites. He's the godfather of podcasting, and it's Redban. Everybody, you know him. If you're a Death Squad fan, which probably everyone in podcasting is either a Smodcast or Death Squad. Although I've never met anyone that's a Smodcast fan.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
What's Smodcast?
It's Kevin Smith's.
Oh, yeah.
They used to be really big, and it was like they ran podcasting.
Right.
And then
What happened?
I don't know, like, Chi-Chi's a fan. Tell us. I still listen. You do? Yeah. What do? They have like 1 million shows, though. Kevin Smith. I think Kevin talks from like 7 in the morning till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, he has so many. I mean, it's like Kevin Smith with one guy, another guy, and I think he kind of killed his show. If he would have just had one show and just put all those shows into one.
Well, I know Babylon is really popular with Ralph Garman, and Ralph is on the Kevin and Bean show. And honestly, I'm not just saying this because I do the show all the time. Ralph's one of the funniest fucking guys in the world. Like naturally funny and can do voices and and knows everything that's going on. He has to comb the newspapers every day to write the bits for Kevin and Bean. So he's so topically funny and he knows what's going on in Hollywood all the time. And he's really opinionated. And when you work on Kevin and Bean, you meet everyone comes through there. Like I was out with them the other night. I went to the Almost Acoustic Christmas and I was talking to like Psycho Mike and Dr. Drew and all. And I go, do you guys aren't you just bitter because you've met everyone? I go, you've probably even had Tom Cruise on the show, like in the studio. And they're like, no, we had to go to him. Like they actually had like the...
Yeah, I had to do that once with Callan when we were doing Callan's podcast. We went to Jeremy Piven's house.
Oh, yeah, I know he was friends with him.
Yeah, and his mom was there and everything. It was so weird just going up in this really nice house and hanging out with Piven in his living room.
Well, Farside, who used to work on this show, worked for Jay Moore, and they went to Charlie Sheen's.
Yeah.
They went to Charlie Sheen's fucking house.
I know.
And I remember when Farside came back, I said, what was it like? And he goes, well, I had to sign a non-disclosure. And I go, so what was it like? And he told me everything.
Yeah.
That non-disclosure lasted for like about 1 second.
Right. Yeah, he's actually dating like a friend of mine or a girl that I know, Brett Rossi. And it's like now I see him and he has all these girls that I know that I guess he's dating. I guess he has like a whole like gang, a bucket of girls.
You know, I love Charlie Sheen for that.
Right.
And in my 20s, that would have been fucking my dream life. But that shit wears off with me. Like, as I get older, too, like, that's why I got married, because I just got so, not like, I was getting so much pussy, but it's just, those girls, they're a lot of work, and they're a pain in the ass, and they, like Charlie, they steal your watch, and then you got to fucking rough them up.
Oh, yeah.
No, but they're a pain in the ass.
How old are you?
I used to say I'm 5 years older than every girl I'm hitting on. I don't remember how old I am. I've lied about my age so many times.
I was going to say you were thinking about it. I was like, why are you thinking about it?
Because I really,
Dane Cook
truly
used to do that on MySpace.
Really?
I forget how old he said he was. I think he said he was like 31 or 29 or 31.
When he was like 40?
Yeah, because Rogan was like, he's the same age as me. What the fuck? 31.
I think Dane's 50.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I saw him the other day with a celebrity.
Who's he dating?
I don't know if he's dating.
Who is he with?
But he was with Miley Cyrus.
Ah, wow. Isn't her career going well?
I don't know. Maybe they're just friends. Probably just friends.
I'll give Dane this. I'll give Dane this credit. Dane is a guy that used his celebrity status to get some really good pussy, and I commend him on that.
Right.
Like, that's what you should do when you're a celebrity. When I see celebrities with these girls, and it's like, what are you doing? You've made, like, I understand if you're older, but when you're younger, that's why, like, people used to say to me, would you fuck your way to the top? I'm like, I'd fuck my way to the bottom.
Right.
Like, that's why you want fame. That you want to bang, like, lots of.
Yeah, I'm trying to slow down myself. I'm getting old. It's just like the last 2 years I've been kind of overdoing it, like getting it out of my system, I think. Like, I'm just drinking too much, doing stupid stuff like going to massage parlors and crazy shit.
It might be the end for you.
Yeah.
Because that kind of happened to me where you're just like, I'm going to fucking just push this to the limit.
Right.
Because you know it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
But you, Redban, almost fucked Probably the greatest story I've ever heard in my life, and then it ends unhappily, and that is Nancy Cartwright, Bart Simpson.
Oh, yeah, that was close to here also.
Yeah, and where were we, Playa?
Yeah, Playa del Rey. It was at that shack. I think it was called the bar, the shack.
That's probably Jason Hour's hangout now because he lives down there. Jason, who used to be on the show.
Yeah.
I need a drink now. Kenton, are there any beers in there? Can you please check? I just need a beer bad. Yeah, like if you got to fuck Bart Simpson.
I know. Well, I mean, she was wasted. I didn't know who she was.
Even better, you could get her to do all the voices. And
yeah, but have you seen her? Like, she was just like, oh, look at this young kid. But then I didn't know it at the time. If I would have known it at the time who it was,
you would have made her talk like Bart.
I would have fucked her. I would have fucked around with her or done something. But it wasn't until later that I went online. I was like, oh my God, it was Nancy Cartwright that was trying to pick me up at a bar.
Yeah, I used to fuck for the stories every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's too good of an opportunity. Because, like, I was that guy that I would go out with a bunch of friends, and we would, you try to get laid, or, or you want a funny story. Like, at the end of the night, crazy shit happens. And if you're not going to pick up, like, a hot chick, and you might as well get involved in something that's going to end up being a funny story.
Yeah, I've done that a lot of that shit.
That's fun.
It is fun. But I don't know. I'm, like... I've had so many weird...
Speaking of which, sorry to interrupt you, but he's back. Speaking of fun stories, we had our 300th anniversary party, or 300 episode, which you didn't show up for. Thanks, Redban.
I forgot.
I sent you like 4 emails. We had our 300th episode party, and everyone was there. It was a big fucking party. Rogan was like, yeah, I'll come. And then I go, there are going to be fans there. And he went, ugh.
Yeah, I heard.
I warned him. I go, don't come if, like they're going to bug you.
Right.
But the fans were all really considerate, though. Wouldn't you say? Fans were really, really cool. It was sold out, and they were... Like, I was expecting them to be like, can I picture that? They were all fucking cool. It was like a party that everyone was friends. I was like, oh, our fans are all really cool. Even the guy with the shirt on that said, smoke meth, hail Satan, he was awesome. Oh, yeah, he hooked Ernie up and gave him coke all night.
Nice.
But Shane here fucked a girl in the alley.
Are you serious?
Where? No. We're not allowed to talk about it? Oh, he only fingered her.
Oh.
You thought you fucked her.
And then I was told the next day I did not.
Can you grab a microphone and explain this? Because
how do you not know?
The fans love his monotone voice.
How do you not know if you fuck somebody?
Hey,
I don't drink often.
Lauren, the dogs are eating a chunk of wood.
Oh yeah, that's from the beach.
Oh, that's okay? No, but like
it's natural.
She's eating wood like she's gonna swallow.
No, it's paleo.
No, she's gonna die.
Kenton, get the wood.
Can you guys stop her from eating? Now the other one is. Now 2 of them are eating. Like
I'm pretty sure it's good for their teeth.
No, it's not. Wood gives you splinters inside your body.
There's a lot of things dogs shouldn't eat. I just went to a hotel and paid the dog pet-friendly hotel, and they were like, oh, we'll bring up all this nice dog food and stuff. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I look over, and the dog's underneath the bed and pulls out a thing of chocolate and just starts eating chocolate. I'm like, what the fuck is there chocolate in this pet-friendly hotel? You almost killed my pet.
We had is that good? Yeah, our dogs, we had to have their stomachs pumped, or not pumped. They had to eat charcoal and induce vomiting and everything because they ate a bag of dark chocolate.
Oh my God! It's the caffeine. I found out it's not the actual chocolate; it's the caffeine. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend's dog died. From I think it was a spider bite, and blood coming out of the nose, foaming at the mouth. We're running through red lights trying to get to a pet hospital.
Or it's because you fucked its mouth.
Bad coke.
I remember last time I did Rogan's show, you had your dog there, and Rogan wasn't happy about your dog being there, and he took it out on me. he was like mad at me the whole show.
He's so weird about that. Like the week, I think it was the week before, he goes, I think it's really cool that you bring your dog to the studio and you're taking care of your dog and not leaving it at home. I think that's really cool. And I'm like, thanks. And then so I bring him the next week, and then he was just mad about it. I was like, wait, what happened to last week?
Everybody was writing to me. They're like, why was Rogan so mad at you? I'm like, he wasn't mad at me. He was mad at Redban, and he took it out on me.
He's always mad at me. I swear to God, it's getting worse. Every episode, he seems like he's really angry at me.
Are you like a married couple?
I think it is. I think it's like we're just big brother, young brother, you know, type shit. And
This is for our fans. How did you and Rogan, like, you were the guy behind the Carlos Mencia video?
Yeah. Actually, originally when Joe first hired me and moved me out to California, my job was just to record Rogan nonstop, like at all his comedy shows, and then like edit together like little videos for the internet. And one of the things I did was the Carlos Mencia video, and
Which was awesome.
yeah, it was fun. But then after a while, you know, we got, you know, there's only so much video you could edit out of, you know, green room shit.
Did you get shit from Mencia at all for that?
Yeah, well, I mean, he got my my YouTube account deleted. He, you know, threatened to sue if I released the second half, because there was actually a second half of that video that shows him going back on stage after it all happened. He decided to go back on stage and try to do comedy, and the whole audience is like, "Are you fucking serious? We just watched."
Well,
you
he's always trying to do
right.
comedy.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
But-
so what is the video? Is everybody supposed to know what this is? Or?
Did you grow up in a cave?
Yeah. Can you explain?
Carlos
what the video is?
Mencia was supposedly allegedly a known joke thief in the comedy community.
You know what you did to that girl's vagina? Carlos does that to other comedians' jokes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you videotaped it.
He
And
stole.
and I videotaped him and Joe Rogan confronting each other on stage, like screaming. And it started off, you know, everyone was kind of like, you know, get off stage. Why are you guys fighting? And then it turned into just ultra hate for Mencia. And what's crazy, the second half of the video, which I was going to release, showed him go back on stage, and then the audience just going, na 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 na, hey, hey. You know, like they wouldn't even let him finish his. And then finally, he just, I think, just put down the microphone and got off stage because it was impossible for him to do anything.
Because I've talked to people that are close to him, and I've heard that was like so I mean, we all know how damaging it was for his career,
Right.
and it basically ruined him. Like he was at an all-time high, because Comedy Central likes to make one person famous. They have one sketch show. They basically, Chappelle showed them that a sketch show works, like an edgy sketch show. So then they were like, okay, Chappelle quit. What can we do now? Oh, we'll make a Mexican sketch show. We'll do all the same bits, and we'll just copy it, but we'll do it. So Mencia became famous like that. Then they were like, Mencia was gone. They're like, who do we do now? Oh, we'll do a woman. We'll do the Amy Schumer show.
Right.
And, you know, it's like they find just a different type. Like the next one's going to be a paraplegic. You know, like they're going to go through every they've got all these quotas. But so they made him massively famous, and he made fucking millions of dollars. The problem, like Amy Schumer's original, Chappelle was original, Mencia was a thief and stole a lot of jokes. And it's not, I rarely ever accuse anyone of stealing, but he was so fucking blatant about it. It was beyond stealing. It was like, it was pathological, and it still pisses me off because Mencia is still living in a mansion.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, hopefully.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, like what's his name? Who's the guy who stole from everybody in New York? Starts with an M. The Wall Street guy that
Madoff. Yeah.
Bernie Madoff. He went to jail.
Yeah.
He stole from all those people in New York and took all their money, and fucking it was a Ponzi scheme, and he went to jail. Mencia should be in prison.
Yeah, it's really not fair because, I mean, he was literally making money off of other people's work, you know, and like selling arenas out. What was really interesting is recently he started doing like these small little videos where it's just him talking about the news and shit. It's really uncomfortable to watch. If you ever go on YouTube, I don't even know if they're still up, but you could tell that was him trying to be funny for once. That was
really?
him,
It's like natural.
Yeah, not hanging out at comedy clubs anymore. Him trying to write something funny and do it, and it was so fucking awful that you just sit there and you're like, oh my God, this is the real him finally. We're seeing his real humor and his real writing skills, and it was so bad. And he actually also admitted on Twitter recently too that, you know, that somebody says, are you still stealing jokes? And he goes, that was a long time ago. That was the old me or something like that. So he actually kind of admitted to it also.
Well, I saw in Jordan Brady's movie when they had him in, and he said, I steal jokes. I stole it. Fuck you. What are you going to do about that? I think that was taken out of context when they used that. I think that was him saying that, and then like he was probably saying, oh yeah, like I really steal I steal jokes. Yeah, fuck you. I'll take your jokes.
Saying it sarcastically.
Yeah, and then they edited it, and that it looks like he's really like admitting to it.
Yeah, well, I saw that also, and I also thought what you thought, that it was sarcastic. But then when I saw that Twitter update. He just pretty much admitted to it on Twitter. So then I'm like, maybe it wasn't sarcastic. I don't know. I need to rewatch.
Well, I mean, in comedy, historically, there's been guys that have been known for, there's been all the accusations about Robin Williams and all these things, Robin Payne, guys outside bars and blah, blah, blah. They say at any time 7,000 people have the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many times where I write a joke and I won't even perform it on stage, and I'll walk in, I'll watch another comedian do it. I'm like, wait, they just did it. I just wrote it. We've never talked. And I know from like roast jokes, when people do roasts, they show up at the reads and like 5 guys have the same exact joke. When the Letterman show, topical jokes, there's tons of people that have the same shit. But you can't do Bill Cosby's touchdown bit.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah, that's way different than, like, I have a joke that right now that I've recently found that somebody else does. And it's just because it's something that a lot of people do every day, and of course, if you notice it, then you can talk about it. But like where Mencia does is he's doing stories, so he's doing like you're taking a script and he's reenacting the script, which is completely different than like saying like I cleaned my bathroom, I pissed all the shit off in my toilet. That's that's something that guys do. And
because I remember the funny thing was with the Rogan shit. I was like, good. Finally, somebody went after one of these guys and stopped them.
Right.
But I remember it being the joke about the Mexicans who's going to build the wall.
Right.
And they were like, that's Ari Shaffir's joke. And I was like, no, that's everyone's joke.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
every comedian has that joke. In fact, like I have got upstairs in my office, I probably have like 100 notebooks from over the last 20 years that I've written jokes in. And I'll just find stuff. I'm like, I didn't even know I wrote that. Like, I wrote all kinds of fucking jokes, and I'll go, oh, I have that joke. I wrote that. Because I don't do it as much, but I used to just sit and write anything that came to my mind that was fun. Now I go, I want to talk about this, and then I'll write jokes about it. That's my process. Like, I go, oh, this is my show for the year. Here are the things I want to hit. Like these 20
that's interesting.
Yeah, I saw Chris Rock said, write down what you want to talk about, then write the jokes about it. And because I go to Australia every year and have to do a brand new hour, it's got to be thematic. Like the show, like this year's show is called Trainwreck, and it's about how we reward fuckheads more. Like the more you fuck up, the better you do in life. Like because you get more publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more you get in trouble, the bigger you get. And so we reward these people. And like Kanye right now, like the more dumb shit he says, the more he's on TV. And like he could say tomorrow, I'm going over to Iran to try to stop them from building nuclear weapons. And it would be all over the news.
Do you think he does it on purpose though? Do you think he is playing a character of himself?
Yeah, he learned from Kardashians. He learned from Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin, when people used to go, I fucking hate Sarah Palin. I'm like, you hate her? Stop talking about her. Just shut the fuck up. Howard Stern was mad at me for a while, and he would bitch about me on the air, and he wouldn't say my name.
Oh, really?
And he was the master. He goes, I'm not saying his name because I don't want to give him publicity.
Wow.
So he would say Eddie A-hole. He would call me Eddie A-hole.
That's hilarious.
And nobody knew who it was. And I was like, that's genius, because if he talked about me, my career's going to skyrocket.
Right.
Like Jeremy Piven one time and I almost got in a fight out by a coffee shop right down the street. And I remember thinking, like, he got in my face, and I was like, good, fucking fight me, Jeremy. I'll be on the fuck.
What the fuck was
I'll
it
be
about?
all over TMZ. His buddy kicked my dog. And
what the hell?
Yeah. And I told, my dog was at fault.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry, that's my dog. It's okay. Like, when somebody picks up a little dog, or any dog, a dog jumps at it. Mm-hmm. My dog jumped because this girl picked up her dog. Like, my dog went over to, like, say hi. She picked up her dog. And my dog is usually leashless, which I know a lot of fans, what the fuck, you dog's off a leash, I'll fucking shoot your dog.
Right.
She's used to be super well behaved, and she's like a cattle dog. So she jumped up because the girl lifted up the dog, but it was just to like play. And so he kicked her, and I said, no, she's okay, she just wants to play. And I go, that's my dog, she's okay. And then she jumped up again, and he kicked her again. And I went, hey, fucker, that's stop fucking kicking my dog. And the guy didn't do anything. And I didn't know who the guy was at the time. But Piven was with him. Piven walks over and just gets in my face and then walks by me. And so he walks in the store.
Ew.
And I'm like, I'll fucking fight you. I'll be on the front page of TMZ tomorrow. I'll have a career.
Yeah.
Like,
you should have done it. What the fuck?
I know. Well, here's why I didn't. I text Callan because he's good friends with
Right.
him, and I go, hey, Brian, who's the big dude that Piven hangs out with? He's got gray hair. He's always got kettlebells on the beach, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, why? I go, he just, kicked my dog, and, I'm pretty pissed off about it, blah, blah, blah. Callan writes back, world champion Muay Thai fighter.
Oh, fuck.
Get a gun. And so that's why I didn't fight Piven.
Wow. That's craziness.
But it was so funny how he got in my face, because it was like, oh, yeah, it's easy to get in a guy's face when you have fucking Muay Thai man behind you.
Yeah, Mencia got in my face once, right before the Mencia video. He got
Before
in my
it?
Before, because I think he heard or saw something I did before. Like, because, the Mencia video, I had made, like, little smaller videos before that. Because I was like, fuck this guy, you know what? And I never had, like, the Mencia video to, like, finally end it. So I would, like, make these little shitty videos or Photoshops and stuff like that. And one day I was just talking to, I think it was Duncan Trussell at the Comedy Store, and he just like walks up from behind me, gets like elbow to, or shoulder to shoulder, looks over at me, and then like does that chicken neck thing where he like flinch, tries to, right in my face. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then he walks away, and I'm like, what the hell?
What I never understood about the whole video, when he's like going at Joe, and I realize it now because I realize how like famous and successful Joe is, that I was like, Joe, when he was calling him a bitch and all this stuff, I'm like, and Joe's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
He's a world champ, or he was national champion taekwondo. I'm like, Joe would beat that guy back to Honduras, and he would beat the German out of him.
Right.
And I'm like, why would that guy fuck with somebody as? And I'm like, he was trying to instigate Joe so that he could sue Joe.
Yeah, that, and I also think they used to be friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean, before the, a long time ago, I think because they grew up at the Comedy Store, so I think they used to all hang out, and so I think it was one of those things where they just knew each other.
And he knew Joe wouldn't go to that.
Joe wouldn't do that.
Unless, that's not Joe's type.
Right. But he'll make you feel like he's about to do something.
Yeah, I would not fuck with Joe Rogan ever. No.
The funniest thing is that so many people, like hecklers or girls and stuff like that don't really know Joe too well. I've seen it happen a few times where people think he's fat. So they'll be like, whatever, fatso, blah, blah. And there's this one great video on the internet. It's called Joe Rogan Fatso. And I did it outside the Comedy Store. And this girl is just like, whatever, you're fat and stuff. And Joe's like, what? You just called me fat? And he lifts up his shirt. And this is when he was like crazy ripped. And it was just like, the girl was just like, blah, blah. Like, she couldn't even talk. Because, he does have that body where, if he's wearing a jacket and stuff, he does look like, like he might have a little chub, and then but shit, man, that dude's so ripped. I remember the first week I moved out here, like I went to his house. He's like, yeah, man, just come to my house, and he was working out with, I think, Eddie Bravo, and he answers the door with no shirt on, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I never had seen it before, and it was so uncomfortable being around him.
He's a freak, and I do all that gay CrossFit shit, and CrossFitters are supposed to be the fittest guys in the entire world.
Right.
But I just posted a video on our podcast site. We do the CrossFit podcast, and they're freaks. Like the guys that are tops in the world who we have on the show all the time. They're freaks of nature. But I posted a guy who won the CrossFit games, which is like the most in shape guy in the world, and like Navy SEALs are in this all the time, and they don't win. And but this guy went into this MMA. He did this MMA test that they condition MMA guys, and he came in 11th.
Wow. So
like 10 top MMA guys beat him in conditioning.
Jesus.
They're freaks. They're freaks of fucking. I don't fuck with them. I don't like. They're just freaks of nature. And like for anyone to like fuck with Joe, I'm like, you're crazy. You're crazy.
I fucked with, I did something when I was real. I do, and of course everyone does, but I did something. I used to do really stupid shit when I'm drunk, and I would be like at the UFC, and I'd be backstage, and I'd be like I saw Brock Lesnar after like his fight, and we were at his after party or something like that. I'm like, Brock, can I get a picture? And this, if you know Brock Lesnar, he's a monster. And
How big is he really?
Like.
Massive?
He's just a truck. When
How big's his cock?
It tastes like 3 inches. but like I'm like, hey, can I get a picture? So like I'm next to him, and I start making a face, because that's the one thing I used to always do is like make a face. I'm like, ah. I just felt him like look over, and I'm like, oh, he's looking at me, isn't? And then he just starts like just not hard, but just like, hey, I know what you're doing there, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's about to beat my ass.
Yeah,
it was
some
a
of
funny
them.
picture.
Some of them don't have a sense of humor too.
Yeah,
Luckily, Joe does.
yeah.
But can we get back to Shane fingering the girl in the parking lot?
What?
What? If people didn't know you, they would think you're high all the time. You know, your monotone, kind of droll, like.
I don't like the sound of my own voice, so I try to keep it quiet and out of the way.
We got to work on your self-esteem.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened at the 300th? You didn't do any work.
Well, right.
No. Let's get to the bottom. These guys ran the whole fucking show. I didn't even know you were there, Ken.
I did one thing.
What?
I sent Tony Rock up.
That was the worst part of the show.
You said it was the best part of the show.
No, I might have said it on stage.
No, you didn't.
Tony, I love Tony. He's a good friend. It was kind of a surprise.
In the episode.
No. Here's what happened. I start the show. I'm like setting up the show, and all of a sudden,
You said it was the best thing that could have happened.
when did I say that?
I don't know. I have to go back in an episode. He said it.
See if you can find it. I doubt it.
Okay, I'll record it on my phone.
Okay. And then
Why
let
are
me
your
hear it.
pupils so big?
Are you high?
You fucked up right
Do
now,
you
aren't
do
you?
No.
Oh, you taking painkillers since your leg?
No.
Since you broke your ankle?
No, I ran out.
Are you sure? Your pupils are completely.
They're like completely black.
Yeah,
Like,
do you
he
guys
looks like
see
he's-
this?
He looks like he's shrooming. Or
Take a
tripping.
picture of it. It's fucking weird.
No flash if you take a picture.
Is that always like that?
I don't know. I don't look at my
Let me look
Creeping
at
me
your-
out.
Yeah, yours are normal. His are like his cat eyes.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Shane, something's. That's
He's
weird.
got a secret.
Are you going to try to steal our breath?
Okay, he's like shit. They found out.
So no, it was an awkward moment when Tony came on stage, but luckily Tony's funny and
Oh, so
I
it was a
able to
good
have
thing.
fun with. Yeah, but it wasn't. It was okay. Wasn't great.
Right.
Just I'm starting the show and all of a sudden, like I was like going to bring up comedians, and like I just started the show and all of a sudden Tony just appears on stage, just walks up, and I was like, oh hey Tony. Shane goes, I told him to do it.
Okay, he's standing next to me. He's like, I kind of want to go up there right now. I think I should walk up. And I was like, just go. If he gets mad, I'll take the blame. Whatever. So we went up there.
So
It is what it is. You said it was a good thing.
okay, so then luckily Machete, who was so coked up the whole fucking night. Do you know how much cocaine it takes to get that guy going?
I can't believe I missed this. I'm so upset. I fucking did nothing that night too, and I'm like, it seems like I had something to do tonight.
And there was a fan of the show that gave us a $300 bar tab.
Oh my god.
Do you even know the fan's name so you can thank him?
Adrian.
That was Adrian. He gave us $1,000 to come to the show plus a $300 bar tab. Oh, this guy's.
I need to get some of your fans. Who are these fucking
They're
guys?
the best. He now goes to. We have different statuses for the fans,
Right.
like levels, and he anyone that gives over $1,000 is a motherfucking shithead. He's a motherfucking shithead. Then the next level down is 1,000. They're grand shitheads.
I thought they're ultimate shitheads.
No, they're grand shitheads.
Oh.
It's kind of like the Grand Dragon
These don't really
or
flow.
Grand Wizard. And then the ultimate shithead.
Is
But-
$25?
$25 is piece of shithead. Yeah, you give $25, you're a piece of shithead. Anyway, so the fans they donate a lot, and this Adrian dude is now a motherfucking shithead. Because
He's a
I
great
told
guy.
him, I told him outside, I go, you're a grand shithead.
You got that girl I was with drunk too.
This guy sounds amazing.
Who was this girl? You still talk to her?
I thought she was there for our show, and
probably
it turns out she was there for Chris D'Elia's show. Before. So I walk up to her. I'm like, "Hey, are you here for the show?" And she goes, "Oh, actually, the one before." And then
There
just
were no
started-
girls at our show. It was all
There w-
dudes.
One of the girls that did the Miss 15%er was there.
Was she hot?
I thought she was one of the hotter ones.
Really?
Yeah, but I got too wasted and forgot that she was coming, and I had her number, and I
You know from your like Facebook or Lipsync, do you know what the demographic is of your audience?
Oh, just barely any women at all.
How many? What do you know the percentage?
Ugh, I'd probably say 5-10%.
We're at 15%, so we call them 15%ers.
Yeah.
And we had a Miss 15%er. Let's just say not a lot of entries.
there's probably like 5 or 6, and
They used to be
Yeah.
good at showing us their tits. We'd be like, show us your tits, and send us a picture, and they'd all send their tits.
It sucks, man, because like the comedy shows, you're supposed to be on the road, have some hot fans that come to your shows. I mean, Rogan gets the hottest chicks ever because
Yeah.
of TV and stuff. But like you go to one of my Death Squad shows, it's like there's
Dudes.
no, no. And so then I started having like this deal where if you're an Asian girl, you get like $5 off your tickets. You know,
And it worked.
Do you have yellow fever?
Huh? I did for like a brief period of time, but now I don't. I don't think their vaginas are long
horizontal.
enough. Yeah, they're just.
They're not
you
horizontal.
can't
That's
fit
a
in.
lie.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't. They're just. They don't seem like they enjoy sex. Like it's like the odds of the Asian enjoying sex is very, very low.
No, they only do it for green cards.
Yeah. Right. I feel that. And it really sucks because there was this one girl that I was really liked a lot. She lived in the Philippines, and she was a cam girl, and I was researching how I can get her out of the Philippines. And so I'm like talking to Shane Smith of Vice.com because he sneaks people in and out of countries all the time.
Does he really?
Yeah. Well, for
You're
Vice
friends with
show.
Shane?
Yeah.
Because I have I made this documentary called America the Punchline where I traveled all over the world finding out why everybody makes fun of America, and I found all these comedians from all over the world. And now I want to go shoot this other documentary, and it's really fucking dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's mad, and everybody's like, "You're not fucking shooting it," because I'm gonna have to go to like horrible places.
Somalia?
Yeah, Somalia.
Don't fucking do it.
No. But it's an amazing documentary film, and
I
I
think
don't.
you should do it.
I'll tell you off air because I don't want anyone to hear the idea. But
talk to Shane. That's what he does, man.
I want these guys to fund it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, no, but here's what I mean. Like, I can probably raise the money to shoot it, and it won't cost a lot to shoot it. But I'm gonna need like some serious protection and shit.
Yeah.
When I get to these horrible places, and I've been, I've gone all through the Middle East. I've gone. It was just in India, which isn't dangerous at all, but it's weird. Guys with machine guns asking you for your passport and stuff. And I've been in China and the Middle East, where when I'm leaving with a film crew, they inspect all your tape.
Right. And
the stuff that I'm going to be filming is not stuff they're going to enjoy, so we're going to have to
upload it.
Uploads. It's like weird, cryptic shit that will put me in danger.
Well, you could always change the file name of any file on your computer to something else. So, like, if it's a movie file, then it's porno of you fucking a girl.
Yeah.
You can change it instead of movie or say like sex.mov.
Right.
Change it to sex.jpg,
Yeah.
JPEG.
Yeah.
So then when people try to open it, it's like, what? The bad file, So then you
and
can
then
go
you have
back,
to change it back.
Go back to change it to MOV.
We had look, Ernie just started shaking his head like, I now know what I'm doing. Note to self, when I film the hookers, we had you know all the guys from like Anonymous and stuff like that, don't you?
I don't know them, but I think they follow me.
Yeah. We had this dude on recently, Keith, who's my new favorite person in the world, who I thought he was just like the biggest fuck up in the world, because I was like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a DJ. I'm like, who isn't? Like, that's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to get pussy. I start talking to him, and he's telling me how he drives a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, and I'm like, how do you have all this fucking money? He's like, I'm a hacker.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was at the show.
FBI, Department of Defense.
See, that's great and all, but just knowing that person, he's fucking looking at your pictures of your wife on your
You know what I
laptop
said to
right
him?
now.
You know what I said to him? I go, how long would it take you to get into my computer? He goes, already been there. Wait, I want to tell you about what he sent me the other day. He was supposed to meet me at the Laugh Factory. I had a show, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to come by. And I go, he's the one who got me blackout drunk, by the way, at the 300th. He kept giving me shots. And he's like, oh, I bought 6 of these, but everybody walked away, so you have to do 5 of them. So the other night I was doing a show at the Laugh Factory, and I go, why don't you meet me at the Laugh Factory? And I go, don't bring your Ferrari because we'll smash it. So he doesn't show up, and I get a message later. I'm down at the Improv at the 50th anniversary party. I go, where the fuck are you? And he goes, I didn't read the whole text. He goes, oh, fuck. He goes, I just got really fucked up, and I had a threesome with my roommate. And I just read that, and I'm like, this guy's got an awesome life, blah, blah, blah. And I just read the top of the text, and I'm like, fuck him. And I go, you have the life I used to have, is what I wrote back. I envy you. And then I go back, because I went to read the whole text, and it said, I just had a threesome with my roommate, and he has really big balls. And I went, no, I don't mean you have the life I used to have.
Yeah. Well, this girl in the Philippines, she
died.
died.
How to get her out.
So I don't know. I'm done with it.
How did she die?
Well, that big typhoon. That thing that just happened like a month ago.
Did
whatever.
she really die of that?
I think most people died from there. But yeah, she's dead.
There is no Philippines anymore. That's what my documentary was about. It was about the people of the Philippines. Wait, so I just did a charity event for them, didn't I? I did a thing at the townhouse where they raised money.
Yeah.
And I was joking about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this fucking $100 is really going to help.
Right. Well, I
Shouldn't
mean,
have done the Paul Walker joke.
How did you know I did that?
I was there.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
You weren't there.
I didn't tell you.
Shut up.
I went. Lachlan invited me.
No, you weren't there.
He did a Paul Walker joke. Too soon. Too
I
soon.
don't think it's too soon.
Had a benefit.
I think one of the greatest things I heard recently was Court McCown was talking about. We did a show called Thunder Pussy now at the Ice House, where people yell out topics from the audience, and then you as a stand-up try to do material off of these topics. Fucking fun as hell to do.
But everybody always yells sex shit.
That's my shit.
Okay.
No, but you could choose whatever you want. Like if you don't want to do that, you're like, hey guys, why don't you give me something,
Yeah, challenging because set list is hard because they give you like really difficult things, and then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta come up with a joke about this.
Yeah, but somebody yelled at Paul Walker in court. It was like the day after he died or something like that. And he goes, I don't want to do this, but he did bring up something completely amazing that I had no idea about. All right, he's 40. Paul Walker was 40.
Yeah, and he had a chick that he was dating who was like, Cody, you're late. Okay. Paul Walker, what's the story?
He's married. The girl he met when she was 16 and started dating her when she was 16, and like I think right now she's like 21 or something like that, and they've been married for 7 years.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, so you pretty much were doing. It's not legal.
Seinfeld did that too. Seinfeld had a chick that he was dating, Shoshana Lowenstein or something, and he was like dating her when she was 19. And they're like, yeah, and he's known her for 3 years. And we're like, are they been dating for 3 years? And it's like, oh well.
Where do you find 16-year-olds?
I'll show you.
Okay.
No, I have a joke about it right now that I'm working on. That like I think, and here's my theory, that I don't think there should be an age limit on girls that you have sex with because look, everybody's scowling at me. Hear me out. Because
I'm intrigued.
Here's the deal. Some girls that are 25 aren't mature enough to have sex. I have met 25-year-old girls that are so childish that you're like, you're not even mature enough to have sex.
But their bodies are
Now,
mature
I've
enough.
met like 15-year-old girls. I knew 15-year-old girls in high school who were like smoking and drinking and, like going to fucking parties with dudes riding on the back of a Harley. I'm like, that girl's ready to fuck.
Yeah.
I said, it's like wind chill factor. They'll be like, it's 30 degrees, but it feels like it's 18.
Yeah.
like there are girls that are, and I wouldn't do it because it's illegal, and I'm not attracted to girls that much younger than me, even though my wife's like 10 years younger than me. But I think like you don't reach development till you're like a certain age most of the time. But there are girls, like when I see a dude get like arrested because he's 18 and he's dating like a 16-year-old, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
They're 2 years apart. It's weirder that some 18-year-old chick is fucking living in Hugh Hefner's house and he's 90 and his bone of a dick with like a little bit of skin hanging off the edge is going into her every night. That's fucking creepy as fuck. Like that massive age difference, and yet this 18-year-old kid can't. There was a chick once who was 18 who gave a dude a blowjob in school. She was like a senior. He's a senior, and he's like 16, 17 or something. And they're in the back of the room during a film strip, and she blows him. And the school and everyone made a big deal about it. And his parents were upset. They prosecuted, and that chick went to jail.
Oh my god.
She went to jail.
What the fuck is wrong
for
with
like,
people?
and she's now a sexual predator.
Yep.
And it's on her like thing for the rest of her life. And I don't condone pedophiles or anything. Nobody does. That's fucking wrong, and it's child abuse, and it's fucked up. But really, you're going to send her I think that was in a Rolling Stone article about how fucked up all those laws are and how creepy the dudes are that bait.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking creepier than pedophiles. The dudes that sit and talk dirty all day to dudes to try to bait them in.
Yeah. What a great job. That is so fucking hot.
I knew a girl in high school that paid guys so that she could blow them behind the art building.
She would pay dudes?
Like
that girl was ready.
right.
Wow.
She was. We were like,
Kenton's like, why didn't I get money?
I don't know. It was in a different circle of friends.
Say-
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. Black hair, skinny. She had glasses. She looked kind of nerdy, but she
wasn't.
Nicole
Right.
Amy.
she couldn't. She wasn't. She
Miley
never,
Cyrus?
She couldn't get a boyfriend, so
I wonder why.
she would buy this.
Right.
Bought this guy a pair of shoes, a brand new watch. Like she's basically paying him so she could take him behind the art building and blow him.
Somebody sent her an email and say, hey, guys take blowjobs for free.
Yeah. I got paid for sex. I was actually a hooker once from in high school. A girl that was older than me paid me by check, and it was her mom's check. I found out later. Paid me, I think it was $100 or $200 to fuck her.
That's awesome.
And I met her on time and temperature. Remember that shit where it used to be like the time is for they used to call a phone number and would tell you the time, the temperature, and give you a forecast. Well, they had the computer that did that had a problem where if you were on the phone and talking, you could hear other people on the phone. So like you'd be like, "Hello, I can hear you," and people's like, "Where are you calling from?" I'm like, "I'm calling from Worthington." "Where are you calling from?" "Westerville." So it became the place to pick up chicks because we didn't have the internet back then.
That's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, so we would just sit there and be like, "Hey, I'm Brian. I'm 15. I live in Worthington. I'm horny. Who's and you're like, "I'm Sally. I live in." And so this one girl like just bursted out her phone number and gave it to me once, and I started talking to her, and she goes, "Oh, fuck you if I can come over and fuck you." So she gave me a check.
But wait. Why was money? Why did money have to be offered?
You know what? I think it was something where she wanted me to drive all the way to pick her up because she didn't have a car, and then take her back to my house. And I'm like, I don't know. She lived like 40 minutes away. Like that's pretty.
Where
far.
was this? Where were you
in
living?
Ohio?
Okay.
And I was like, that's pretty far. And then she's like, I'll pay you. And I'm like, okay. And so she gave me a check, and then I cashed.
So you didn't pay for the. She didn't pay for the sex. She paid for the ride.
Well, she said, I'll pay you to if you come pick me up and fuck me. Yeah.
It's like
comedians.
Comedians, they always say we don't get paid to perform. We pay to get there.
Right.
Yeah, like for us to get there. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it good?
I barely remember. It was so long ago. I remember she was really tall.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she was okay. She was nerdy.
Yeah.
I remember that. She was like very plain and nerdy looking.
That turns me on.
Yeah.
Like same age.
Yeah. She was. No,
Okay.
she was a little bit older.
Shane fucked Crystal Summers, the like MILF porn star.
Oh yeah.
His mom took him camping with her. His mom's
You
friends
make
with
it
her.
sound so much worse.
It is. It's horrible. It's horrible.
We all
she's
went
like
camping.
she's
She
like
happened to
60.
be there.
She's like 65.
Wow.
39.
No, she's not 39. There's no way she's 39.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm younger than her son, and I had to lie to her and say I was older than her son so that she would have sex with me.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I just was with a girl that I was younger, or her mom was younger than me, and so like she introduced me to her mom, and I'm like, wait, when did you graduate? 93? Oh, that's when I graduated.
Oh my God. We had who was it on the show? Brian Callen and I used to do a podcast together called Wingmen, and we had Phil Verone on. Do you know Phil? Yeah. Phil's awesome. Phil fucked a mother and daughter in a bathroom after he was touring with Motley Crue. He was playing with Skid Row. And I think they were opening for Motley Crue, and he was like, Nikki Sixx, you got to get out of the bathroom. And he took a mother and daughter, and he said at one point he's got the daughter up on the sink, and he's fucking her. And he looks down, and the mother is underneath eating her daughter's pussy.
Oh, that's great.
Good girls. Good girl. I've never had that. That would be fucking hot.
Never
that or
done
twin
same
sisters.
time.
Yeah.
But I fucked a daughter, and then I fucked her mom.
I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it is familiar pussies.
This is the only reason we have Shane on the show, because he's stunt cock.
Stunt cock.
At my bachelor party, he got a blowjob from a 47-year-old woman in the strip club, and the waitresses were like, we have to tell on him. And I'm like, shut up. I'll tell your manager if you tell on him.
Oh, that's so. It just made me remember one of the grossest stories ever. I was with Rogan at a strip club a long time ago, and this waitress was really hot, and she was just like massaging me at one point, and I'm just like, oh, you're so beautiful. And suddenly she turns around, and this other woman comes up to me and puts her arm on me, and just starts kissing me on the back of the neck. So I just go, and start Frenching this person in this dark nightclub that I thought was the hot waitress.
But it was a dude.
It was a 75-year-old woman. And she was a woman that hangs out at a strip club, you know, and just like, I don't think she had teeth. She was just fucking just disgusting. And I guess Rogan was like laughing his ass off. I recorded the whole thing. And then the next day he's like, man, I deleted that video.
I wish he still had that.
I wish you still had it. I would have it on my Facebook page.
That's called a poltergeist.
Yeah.
Do you know that? When there's a move when you're fucking a girl from behind, and then your buddy taps you on the shoulder, and you get out and he gets in.
Right.
And then you go outside and walk by the window and wave.
Secret window.
Wow, that's so fucking awesome. It's also called rape.
That's a secret window.
Yeah.
Secret window, you call it?
Yeah.
The closest thing I ever did that is in high school. This friend of mine who's also dead now. He
is everybody that comes into your life dead?
Pretty much.
You're like that. What's that?
The dead
movie?
whisperer.
No, the dead whisperer.
But this guy was fucking this really hot chick, and he goes, "Do you want to watch?" And I'm like, "All right," you know. And so like I got in his closet, and he's like blindfolds her, starts eating her out, and he goes, come over," and he goes. And so I start eating her out, and then he's just like, gives me these nunchucks, and he goes, so I start putting a nunchuck in her while eating her out.
He's my idol.
and then suddenly she goes, oh, what? Why is your face all scratchy?
So you hit her with the nunchuck, I hope.
No, I ran. I just got out of there, ran out the house. I was just like, what the fuck?
Hopefully that's past the statute of limitations.
Well, I think you're all dead, so it doesn't matter.
Everybody who's come in contact with Redban is dead. Where in Ohio did you grow up?
Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back there and play the Columbus Funny Bone?
That was my home club. That's the first club I actually started at.
Yeah.
You know, I was there. I did guest sets with Burt Kreischer recently, but no, I just get other places outside of comedy clubs because I'm in that weird part of my career where, you know, the comedy clubs don't even know who I am half the time.
As they shouldn't, and you shouldn't go there, and you shouldn't have anything to do with them ever.
Dave Stroop, you don't like him? Is that his name?
I don't know if I don't like Dave Stroop. Dave Stroop and I have we have no problem. I worked the Des Moines Funny Bone, and when I was on my way there, and they tell me, "Hey, you're doing a corporate tonight, so you got to keep it corporate clean." And I said, "That's not my contract." And they said, "Well, it is now." And I went, "Well, I'm doing my show the way I do it." And they go, "Well, then you're not performing." And I go, "Well, that's fine." And they go, "So we're going to prorate your pay." And I went, "No, you're not."
Wow.
I said, "I'm contracted to do the show I do." So I kind of threw a big fit, and my agent was like, "No, you need to calm down and just shut up and do your job." And I'm like, "No, I do my act. That's what I do."
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go do another act.
Right.
And
it's amazing that a comedy club would even ask you to do that.
Yeah, and they were like, "We've got this big Christmas party here and blah, blah, blah."
Those are the worst.
And I was like, you should have, when you hired me, you should have said this is a stipulation. It wasn't in. So I went, "No, fucking I'm not." And so they told me when I got there, they're like, "You're not performing tonight." I was like, "All right." And they're like, "We're prorating you." And I was like, "No, you're not." So at the end of the week, they're like, "Oh, we're going to pay you anyways." But I don't think I'll ever work for them again.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's pretty fucked up that they would even think that you could do that. Like, oh, yeah, don't do your material. Just, like, I had that problem in La Jolla at the Comedy Store where I was opening up for Sarah Tiana, and it was Sarah Tiana's audience. It wasn't my audience. And if you know where that place is, it's a lot of retired, rich, white people. Yeah. And so she kills it. I get on stage, start talking just dirty shit. I'm a dirty fucking comic. Yeah. And after the first show, the manager comes and goes, "Your next show, you need to be clean." That was, there was too many people complaining that you're too dirty. And I go, "I don't have any clean material. Like, I have one joke." And so, and he goes, "Well, you're going to have to figure something out." So I went through my phone and looked at my open mic notes from back in the day of things I never even wrote. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a joke about VCRs, I guess. Yeah. And I just winged it and killed it. But I was like, and it was the dumbest shit ever. Like, oh, you got a VCR tape. Like, it was just dumb shit.
Audiences are really dumb. And when I don't do well, I'm like, really? Did that happen? Because I just watched. Somebody told me we should have some guy on our show, and I went and watched his videos online, and it was like the worst, like, entry-level, hacky, horrible stand-up. Oh. Like, as bad as it gets. It's like somebody who just started this week. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching it, and it's killing. And I'm like, audiences will laugh at anything.
Yeah.
Like, there's an audience for anything.
Yeah, that was a fake audience. dubbed in because there's a show on Comedy Central right now, and I don't even want to say it because I've already talked shit about it. I don't know the guy, and I don't know if you know the guy, but there's a show on Comedy Central right now that has stand-up in it. And I have a really good sound system, so I can hear like when there's bad edits and cuts because it's just like the sound just drops or it changes or it's
fuck
you know.
yeah, I know editor. I have bombed on TV shows.
Yeah.
I have bombed on TV shows where I'll say to the editor, "Will you sweeten?" Like there was a show. I don't want to say which show I did,
Right.
but it was so fucked up. I've talked about it on a podcast, so I got in trouble for it. The producer director called me.
Oh shit.
Called me out on it too. He's like, "I heard you say blah blah blah." It was just so fucked up. Like the temperature in the room was like 120 degrees, and it was filmed in the fucking way in the valley. And I just knew it was shit. I knew the audience was gonna suck. They're falling asleep. They're passing out. I was going on last, and I was just like, there was no way of not bombing.
Right.
So I knew I was gonna bomb. So I knew the editor. I actually knew him. I pulled him aside. I said, "Hey, I'm going to pretend like I'm killing. Will you just fucking sweeten it?" And he goes, "You got it, dude. I'll make you look like a fucking star." And it does. You watch it, you're like, "Oh, he's killing."
Wow, that's awesome.
I bombed so bad there's not a laugh in the room.
Yeah.
But it looks like I killed.
It's so weird though, because like this show, like they even had a scene where I think the audience was like going crazy, but then it showed the audience and they were just sitting there, and it's just like, what? That doesn't even match what you're watching.
Yeah. What's the show?
I don't know, but it's like a house party.
Oh.
See, I don't know, and I haven't seen any comics that I knew on it yet. I've watched it twice. I gave it two chances because the first time I was like, "What is this fucking piece of shit show that's on?" Like,
I actually like him though.
oh, I like him.
Yeah. I really like him.
Workaholics or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they're getting these stand-ups, and maybe so. Then I watched it a second time, and it was horrible again.
I would think that this is probably what's happening. Adam's young.
Right.
And all his friends are probably really young, and they're not very experienced. And Comedy Central was like, "We want to go after that young demographic," and so they put these guys on that aren't very experienced.
I'm sure that's it.
And that's what it is.
And not to bash the comics or anything. I just was talking about the show when it's just ridiculous.
And they also have to their defense, because I was there. Like when I got Premium Blend, I was probably doing comedy like 3 years or something, and they have to give you your start on TV somewhere. Mm-hmm. To get you going, so that you know what you're doing on television. So that's almost like Premium Blend was a show like, these guys aren't good enough for a special, but we'll let you see 5 minutes of them. And you can go like, oh, that's kind of, you always see like when you watch those, you're like, oh, there's a funny couple minutes in there. Mm-hmm. Like there's some horrible shit. Like I'd be embarrassed for anyone to see my I think they still air it. And I'm like, why do you guys air this horrible You guys, these guys have popped up on the screen. Cody has popped up. Know your ages of consent. Do you know that
Alabama?
Jason used to know this off by heart?
Are you serious?
Yeah, which was really creepy.
What's it say? Cool tip. What's that say?
That's fucked up. Pennsylvania's 16. It's the age of consent, like when you can have sex. Why is this on here?
Wow, I didn't even know Ohio was 16, and I live there.
There's a lot of 16. Washington, Nevada.
Whoa.
Oh, it's some kind of. Is Keith in there?
You guys are gonna get.
You guys are getting hacked.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
guys just got me on a watch list. Don't go to the comments.
Why does that say how to hack the government?
This is creepy.
I thought there was a 15. Maybe I was wrong.
No.
That's all. It looks like all. 16.
Yeah, there is in the Philippines where your girl is from, but she's dead.
If you do find her body, I guess I wouldn't mind taking a turn at it if anyone's listening.
This is back to the old talking shit when we used to say the most horrible things in the world on here. No, we used to be bad. The shit we used to say.
I used to listen.
I used to wake up every day and go, I think we might go to jail today. Like I thought there were times when I'm like, we said
Why'd
some
you clean
stuff.
it up?
I don't know what happened. Jim left, and I don't know why. I got married, and like
Jason left.
Jason. Well, no, Jason was never filthy like that.
No, but you fed off him to like make things
I
worse.
used to just abuse Jason.
Yeah.
We had Danny McDermott on last episode. Do you know Danny?
Uh-huh.
And he's just. Do you know Danny?
I met him when we went to the Laugh Factory. I won't say what you.
He's just so much fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
And because his life is so fucked up, like the shit that has happened to him, and he doesn't realize. Like I love Danny. I love Danny in that like he's fun to have around because you know fucked up shit's gonna happen to him, and it's so fun to watch. And he doesn't realize that he's inviting it into his life. And he's like, I don't know how this shit happens. I'm like, Danny,
he gave me his phone number and sent me 3 of his YouTube clips, and he texted me 2 weeks in a row saying, "Hey man, did you check out my clips? What'd you think of my clips?" It's like, I'm sorry, I forgot who you are.
Yeah, Danny's a star in the Jason way. Like Jason was a star in his own fucking weird way, but you know, like Perry.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have Don Barris and Perry and all. Do you do their podcast now?
Yeah, I do it at the Comedy Store every Monday.
Like you produce it?
Yeah.
How many podcasts do you produce?
Well, lately I've been doing a lot of live ones. So I do about 3 or 4 different live podcasts, and I do about 2 or 3 shows at Death Squad, and then the Rogan podcast. So I don't know. Any given week, it changes up and down, but
there's going to be nobody listening to podcasts because everybody's making them.
Yeah, and you know what? I've gotten to the point where I'm actually sick of most of the new podcasts. Like, there's how many more comics do we need talking to other comics? The same comics, and to me, it's just like when people keep on coming up, like, hey, I'm about to start a new podcast. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
People always say to me, I'm about to start a podcast, and I go, why?
Yeah,
you're late.
Yeah.
You got in too late. That's like going, I'm going to start a search engine.
Right.
You missed the boat.
Yeah, so that's why I've been focusing on these live shows more because, just trying to do almost like little pilots.
Yeah.
Almost, So I've been doing that. I think that's a way.
I just think that, like, everybody, like, there's like 10 that are doing well. Everybody else missed the boat because by the time you get it going, it's too late. And not to say, like, if you had something, like, the guys from the ad agency that help us out with the show, they tell me who they meet with, and they're like, yeah, Ashton Kutcher wants to do a podcast. I'm like, I guess if you're super famous, you can get a lot of people, but that's going to trickle down. Like, they're going to listen for 2 weeks and then go, this guy sucks.
Yeah, but I was kind of scared about some of the celebrities if they start doing it because I think they could take over podcasts very easily if they wanted.
Yeah, Howard Stern could.
Yeah. Steve Martin just makes a podcast. Guess what?
He's going to
destroy.
But it depends because Steve Martin, like, there are guys that have done it, big names, and then you listen, and you're like, oh, that was like Tamra Barney from like The Real Housewives did a podcast for a little bit, and she had like 1 million downloads the first week because she was so famous, and then it was like,
who's that podcast that's on like always #1 right now? That's like some storyteller, like
what's it?
Greenvale?
No, the Lake Wanaka or whatever. Or not Wanaka, that's the New Zealand. Lake Wabagon or whatever. What's his name? Look up his name. He's been around forever on radio. The guy who does Lake Wabagon or whatever. Oh, This American Life?
Yes. What the
This American Life.
Is that
Chicago Public Media.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Have you tried to watch it? Rogan played it for me.
I've tried to listen to it. I almost slipped my wrist.
I know. Rogan played it for me, and it's like a joke.
Ira Glass. Here's what happened when I listened to This American Life. I was driving, and I thought, this is probably really good because how popular it is. About half hour into the drive of me listening, I was in the middle of like Kansas, and it was just all fields. And I was going, when am I going to get to a place where there are trees so I can crash into a tree and kill myself for listening for the last half hour?
I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's not funny. It's awful.
It's awful. I feel like I don't know who the weirdos. Mike Birbiglia's on it all the time.
Is he?
That's his connection.
Oh my God.
He fits. He's perfect for it.
See, I thought it was some kind of hackers that were just like hacking their way up to the charts.
Yeah, it is. Mike Birbiglia. I find it unlistenable.
Yeah.
It's long, boring stories.
Do you
wait. We found a listener. You listen to This American Life. Sit down, Cody.
What the
Sit down,
fuck
Cody. Bring your holy ears over here. Shane, could I have a beer, please? I'm about to kill someone. I need to be drunk to do it. Why? How is This American Life interesting?
They're well-produced shows. They're little vignettes. It's good.
Of what? What is interesting about these stories?
Because they have a different theme every week. So then they'll do radio
So does Crab
pieces.
Feast. I like Crab Feast.
I
It's
love
funny
Crab
because
Feast.
it's got a theme and they're funny and interesting. This show sucks.
I disagree. I think it's good. I mean, look, not every episode is good.
You know, it'd be interesting if Ira Glass was in the Philippines when the typhoon came through.
Hey, maybe
That's
we
when
could
it would be
save it.
interesting.
I'd listen to that too.
Tell me why it's interesting. I listened to a story about a guy who came home from the war when I was listening, and he had just gotten back from Afghanistan and his life and what had happened. And it was like this. It was like, and then, you know, after the big parties and everything and seeing all my friends, I would go out, and it was different every night. I would, my friends were my friends, but things were different since I had been in the war, and my life kind of went back to usual. I would wake up at 7 in the morning, and I would go off to work.
Not every episode is gold, but there are good episodes. There are good episodes.
Give me an interesting. Has there ever been something you've heard on there?
Yes.
Redban's told me 12 interesting stories. He was trying to bring a 15-year-old from the Philippines over here, and she died in a typhoon. Right there, bam, better than every episode.
I actually discovered Mike DiStefano on This American
Oh, he was
Life.
on This American
Yeah,
Life?
because they played his
Dead.
he
See
is
what
dead.
happens?
Yes.
Dead.
They played his
Redban's
story.
here.
They played
He's
his
dead.
story from The Moth, which was it's a storytelling.
No,
series.
that you were probably listening to The Moth. That's
I
another
wasn't listening to
podcast.
The Moth. I do listen to that too, but it was on
fuck
This
it.
American Life, and then they did a follow up with him.
Okay, what was it? Was it a story how he was addicted to heroin?
Oh, it was that whole thing and the motorcycle and everything.
Okay,
it was sad as fuck.
interesting.
Oh,
It was interesting, but it was sad as fuck.
That's kind of interesting.
actually, I was thinking of a different podcast.
You've been ousted.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I've now trashed This American Life.
I don't know what This Is American Life. I was thinking of Welcome to Night Vale.
What the fuck is that?
Exactly. It's been #1 on iTunes for
I've
the
never even
last
heard of that
year.
podcast.
You know that's all bullshit. The whole iTunes rating system
Oh
is
yeah,
bullshit.
I don't even look at it anymore.
I was talking to the advertisers who know the numbers,
Mhm.
and they were saying that like Dan Patrick, who does like sports,
Mhm.
has like 3 million downloads a week. And they're like, he's never listed.
Yeah.
They're like, why is he not in the rankings? So iTunes, don't kick us off again. We've been kicked off now 4 times.
That's helped your ratings though every time I bet.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
It was
I
so
need to get kicked off.
Machete called them one day to talk to them.
Right.
And he's talking to the guy. He's like, we got some problems, blah, blah, blah. And the guy goes, what's the name of the podcast? He goes, Talking Shit with Eddie If. And the guy goes, is this Machete? And I was like, is there? And I've heard there's like 2 guys that run iTunes podcasts.
Yeah,
Like 2 dudes.
There is.
How did they run?
Well, one dude's gone now, but it's
apparently
a girl
there
now.
were like 7,000 new podcasts uploaded a day.
It's more than that, I think. I think it's way more than
So
that.
how do they know us that they ban us?
It's you know what it is? It's probably somebody complaining.
Yeah, we know who it is. But
Yeah.
we know who it is too. I'm not going to say it. No, because it's so funny because then I go to these like comedy rooms where they are and stuff, and no one, this is what I hate about, this is why bullying should exist. Because there's secret bullying done. No, I can talk about bullying forever. But there are these people that won't own up to their secret bullying, where
Yeah.
they do shit behind your back. Like you were saying, people that complained and had your YouTube pulled down. That's bullying too.
Yeah.
It's just secretive cunty bullying. It's surreptitious little cunty fuck faces. Like I'm trying to write this joke right now. I play chess online, which is very nerdy. I play people in chess, and you can take back a move. When you do a dumb move that's going to ruin the game that you've been playing 3 hours, you just go take back because that's stupid and the game's over. And whenever guys go, hey, I want to take back, I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Right.
Then when I need to take back after I've given them 4, they keep playing to beat me. And I'm like, hey, and I'll write to them. Like you can chat. I'm like, hey, I asked for a take back. And they'll ignore me. I'm like, hey, I'm not moving till you take that move. Because then they'll move and they'll go, just play. And I'll go, just play. Where the fuck are you? I'm coming to kill you.
Yeah, right.
I'm coming to beat the fuck out of you. And then I only antagonize them till they'll quit, and then they'll complain about me and get me kicked off, which I have been. And it's like that little nerdy kind of like, and it's like you get an advantage, you're going to take it. So they take that advantage on there and do the shit like have us banned from iTunes.
Yeah.
Or pull your shit off there. And it's like, be upfront with it. So I'll go to these comedy rooms, and they won't confront me and be like, hey, I heard you said this or blah, blah, blah. They just, I'm just going to fucking make sure you never work here. And it's like, be a man about it.
Yeah, I get it a lot, and I think it's because of maybe working with Rogan, and Rogan has all those UFC guys, and a lot of them hate me, and there's a lot of Rogan's audience that are split down the middle. Like I fucking hate Redban, and so I get a lot of shit that bullying thing too. Like especially with like Wikipedia, like I don't know how many times I've had a professional Wikipedia page put up that somebody spent a shitload of time on, and then it gets taken down. And then all these admins have now locked it so that no one could ever put up a Wikipedia.
That happened to me because they all said I had AIDS.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it sucks because, and I'm like, how do I get on Wikipedia? Like how can I do that? Because it's something you should probably have if you're a comic, or when people are like, do you have a bio? It'd be great. Just go to my Wikipedia page. But now it's to the point where I think there's somebody that's fucking like just causing shit for me. Like Twitter, same thing. They've tried to verify me. Like all these managers are like, you need to get verified so that when people are looking for you, because there's all these fake Redbans on Twitter. And
are there really?
Yeah, and I have 100,000 Twitter followers, and so I've had like
3 of those accounts.
Yeah, I've had all those. I have all these management companies, like big management companies, like, oh, we have a friend. Don't worry about it. We'll take it care of. And then they go, I've never seen this before. She's just ignoring me. The woman at Twitter is not even replying to my emails anymore, and shit like that. So it's like all these weird little things that I think are just secret bullying that happen to me almost daily, like shit like that. Amazon pulling my whole entire funding.
It's like secret bullying. It's like if you're gonna be a bully, fucking own
just
up.
Tell
to
me,
it. Yeah.
Amazon. Tell me, why did you pull out my Amazon Associates accounts? Why?
Wait, Brant Tobler's supposed to be on the next episode. What time are we recording tomorrow? I got to record Bert for my podcast today, so I can record earlier. Not sure how you are doing it. You were supposed to be here. I guess I forgot. Watch this. Where are you? So I'm beyond all that. Like, especially, I hate the whole concept of their mainstream comedy rooms and their alternative comedy rooms, because funny's just funny, and I've seen alternative comics do great in both, and I've seen mainstream comics do both, and it's a way of being cliquey, and it's so Hollywood. It doesn't go on in New York as much. I mean, there are some alt rooms and stuff, but there's almost like this alliance that they relate to, and I'm just like, oh, guys, just fucking be a man and be yourself, and don't fucking choose your army. It's such a pussy thing to do,
right.
And they do. They protect each other. It's so weird. It fucking pisses me off. But my Wikipedia page got trashed so much that
you still have it though?
Yeah, but what happened was my agent in Australia, his son works for Wikipedia, and they were putting on there so much that Eddie Ift has AIDS, because Jim did it as a joke once. Jim said, all our fans, Google Eddie Ift has AIDS, and it'll show up in the cache.
Right.
It'll show up. It's called a Google bomb.
Right.
And so it did, and it worked, and it was hilarious. And but then, like, the dumbest fucking fans didn't let the joke go. Like, I thought it was funny, but when guys kept doing it, I was like, you have no fucking sense of humor. It's not funny anymore. Like, come up with something else funny and come at me with that. I like jokes, but your joke is dumb. So they were going on Wikipedia all the time and trying to do it. So my agent's son kept taking it down. Like, he would see that it was constantly being put up there, and he would take it down. Like, unbeknownst to me, my agent calls me one day, and he's like, hey, listen, your Wikipedia page gets changed all the time, and my son keeps taking it down, and I just got to ask you, do you have AIDS? He's like, because he can get in a lot of trouble if it's true, and he's pulling it down, and that he's protecting the truth, from happening. And I was like, no, I don't have fucking AIDS.
That you know of.
I have HIV.
Yeah, it's not full blown yet.
Yeah, it's half blown. And but I just noticed, so it was blocked out, but I just noticed these friends of mine that own a car dealership in New Jersey wrote on it that, like, I work for them or something. And I was like, how did they fucking... So the band must have been taken off mine.
You shouldn't even talked about it now.
Yeah, no, the shitheads are good now. They write funny shit. They're pretty good. Every once in a while, one of Jim's fans will leak in and write something like, you're a cunt and you have AIDS. And it's always the most unfunny shit.
Yeah, I have the problem with Olive Garden. They Google bombed me. Because so many people have, wrote Olive Garden, Redban, or whatever. So now,
But you do it too.
Yeah, I don't do it
Every
anymore.
podcast I hear you on, you're talking about Olive Garden.
Wait,
so don't try and blame it on
so
other
what
people.
what did they Google bomb Olive Garden?
Well, what they do now is so funny is that if you watch any Joe Rogan video or if you watch Brody Stevens' new show on Comedy Central, Olive Garden is everywhere attached to anything that I do or touch.
Because they think they're gonna get more advertising.
Yeah, because
they're
they
smart.
They put two and two together. Like, why are we getting all these hits from something called Death Squad or Redban?
Yeah.
But it is so funny. I was watching a Brody's show last night, and there was like 2 Olive Garden commercials during it.
I wonder if Oprah Winfrey's gonna link up with us.
Yeah,
because we do Oprah's nipple.
Yeah.
Oprah's nipple. We hashtag Oprah's nipple with everything because we want it to trend. We just want it to trend. You know what it does now? It recommends. If you go on Twitter and you type in like OP, it'll recommend Oprah Winfrey. It'll go Oprah's nipple. So look, wait, see if it goes up. Oh, it's not opera. It's Oprah, Kenton. Oprah. No, you gotta do it on Twitter. You go onto Twitter and you start typing it in and hashtags. And it'll start going, like the third thing down is Oprah's nipple.
That's fucking awesome.
But we need it to trend, that it'll say Oprah's nipple. So, our fans hashtag everything they do. Like, if there are guys that'll tweet all day long, and every tweet they send, they'll put Oprah's nipple.
Oh, that's great. I hate how that shit sometimes turns on you, though. Like, I was doing a Photoshop, and I think I was Googling, like hard black guy or something like that because I was going to put somebody else's face on it.
Right.
And I went on Amazon and there was like a hard black guy like sex toy dildo or something like that. So now every time I go to Facebook and I open up Facebook, it's like there's like, you looking for some hard black guys? And I'm just like, what? Why me?
Did it? And every once in a while, I'll read one that I swear to God is nothing related to our show. Like somebody that doesn't know anything about it. And they actually, weirdly, in some place of the world, hashtagged Oprah's nipple.
That's so funny.
Before you pass out tonight, download the new episode on Tune Podcasts or at twoguyssunpage.com, hashtag blue cheese. No, that's a guy.
Blue cheese?
That's a guy who's trying to get our fans to listen to his podcast.
Oh, I thought you hate that shit.
Leeches.
That's why I need to be verified.
There's a fan of yours that I detest. There's this one dude. Remember I asked you about him?
Yeah,
and you were like, he's a fuckhead. And he, like, I've banned him from everything because he was just a cunt. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that, he's just a cunt. But he one time I hashtagged Death Squad for something. Like, I was doing a show in Toronto at that place where all the Death Squad guys come. And I hashtagged it, and he's like, "Oh, look at Eddie If trying to fucking get in on the Death Squad." And I'm like, "Fuckface, I do Death Squad show all the fucking time, you dumb cunt." And there was one guy that I used to fight with from Lowell, Massachusetts, and I somehow went through his Twitter and found out where he lived. I swear to God, last Friday I was in Boston, and I had to drive to this gig, and I saw the turnoff for Lowell, and part of me was like, go to his house.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this will be awesome if I just show up and just start smashing him in the face with a trash can lid.
Yeah. I love that. I love doing that shit where they post something on a message board and they're just being the biggest hater. And you're like, motherfucker, I have your IP address. You look up their IP and it tells you like their fucking address and city. And you're just like, what the hell? And I found their email address.
We should just start an army of people, like just mercenaries that go around and find people. Because I swear to God, I never do it like where if I do it, I would never do it anonymously. I would make the statement like, here I am, this is me, this is my picture, this is my name. I'm making the statement. I would never like secretly do it like, oh, like Oprah's nipple. You know who I am. You know where I am. If you want to like come at me, it could be Oprah Johnson I'm talking about, you know. But these guys that do it so surreptitiously, it's like, here, like, let's send out this army to just clean up the fucking filthy. But then I'll have like like I caught my wife one day on Instagram trashing some woman. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, don't do that. Stop trashing like people you don't know.
Right.
Like you got to know them and go after them or own up to it and be like, all right, come at me.
Yeah. I love. You ever use Tinder?
No, it sucks. Tinder came out as I was getting married. I would have loved Tinder.
Oh my God, it's great. But my favorite new thing to do is like you find their Tinder and you just take a screenshot of it, of their pictures, and then you send it to your home computer. You edit out just the picture, and then you upload it and give it Google image search, so you can search by image. And most of the time, it shows their picture, and then it shows, oh, this is so and so, and this is her Facebook, and this is her Twitter, and so now
that's awesome that you just told the whole audience how to do that. Here, I'll give you. You can do this because I can't do it anymore. But and I will tell you, I can't tell you the celebrity, but when he found out I did this, he goes, "You're a fucking genius." I used to go on Model Mayhem, and Model Mayhem is a website. It's for like amateur models.
Oh, I've already done this.
You've done what I did.
Yeah.
Where I used to seek out the zip code. Then I used to find when I was going to a club in a town, like let's say I was going to Edmonton.
Right.
I'd put in the Edmonton zip code. I would find all the girls on Model Mayhem that were in Edmonton. Then I would find them on Facebook, and I would send them messages saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in Edmonton. I'm doing a comedy show. Blah blah blah. If you want free tickets, just let me." And then I would have I'd send out 100 of these, and I'd have 10 models show up, and guys would be like,
Wow,
how do you know all these?
What a great idea!
They're like, how do you know all these hot chicks in Edmonton? I'm like, I don't know.
That's way better than what I was doing with Model Mayhem. Yes, I'm a photographer. So you do nude, great. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a little hot in here.
Now you're going to use that, aren't you?
That's a great idea.
I've probably ruined it now.
Yeah, I mean, I've done shit like that also, or just back in the day when AOL was around and they had member directory search, and you used to be able to search who's in your neighborhood that's online. You'd be like, all right, within 1 mile of my house, and then you put in the address.
Let me interrupt you for a second because I'm looking at you listening to this. If you don't get married, you're going to grow into the creepiest old man ever.
Already turned into the creepiest old guy.
You should do a podcast on how to be a better creep. You could do that.
I'm trying not to be a creep anymore. I'm not going to massage parlors anymore because I had a bad experience recently.
What was the experience?
It was here in Santa Monica, and I was waiting for it. I had a meeting, and I was waiting, and I look over, and I see this massage parlor, and this is 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, is that place open? That's a fucking shitty-looking place. I wonder if it's open. And so I go in and it's like, are you open? And you could tell she was just about to flip the sign. And she goes, no.
She was wiping the cum off her hands.
Yeah. Well, this was the cashier woman or whatever, right?
She was wiping off her face.
This really old woman. I mean, just disturbingly old, right? And I saw when I was walking in this other woman, hotter woman, walking out. And I'm like, oh, she's just going home. Oh, fuck. Can I get this girl? And then she goes, oh, no, we're still open. And so she goes, come here. We'll be right back.
Oh, please
and
tell
the
me
old woman comes back, and she's now wearing a nightie or some kind of gross thing. And she just starts doing the worst massage ever.
Diaper.
And I start looking around. I'm like, this is not even a jerk-off place. This is a full-service place, I bet. And this woman starts sitting on me, and I could feel her fucking had no underwear underneath, and her little old woman crotch is just on my back while her hard hands are just scratching my back. And I'm doing everything just to show that I just want a massage. I want to get out here. And she just kept on trying to touch my dick, and it was horrible.
And you just paid her electric bill.
Yeah, exactly. I only gave her $40. I didn't get any.
Did she do a body rub?
No.
Or a body slide? A body slide.
No,
I've heard about this. I've never gotten
soapy. I've always wanted to do a soapy.
What's a soapy?
That's where a woman. You can get this on Craigslist too. There's a couple girls in Los Angeles that will just come to your house and they'll blow up this huge raft, like this big bed almost, and you lay there and they just pour tons of soap all over your body and then her body, and she just rubs her body. It's like massage.
Machete, if we pay for this, will you do it? No? Why not? I'll do it in the privacy of my own home. Yeah, we don't have to watch it. Here, take a microphone. We don't want to see. The last thing I want to see is you naked with soap all over you. Well, I would like it.
That makes two of us.
No, but I figure you, of all the guys in the room, you might enjoy this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds intriguing, but I don't know if I'll do it.
Well, I just want you to do it so you can come back and tell us about it.
All right.
Can we get you a soapy by?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Dude, take the soapy, man.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
jealous.
Yeah.
Also, they also have like forehands massages.
Forehand?
Yeah, where it's two girls. That's how they call it. It's forehands.
Oh.
And they have a lot of cool different things. There was a place
You
that
should do ads on Death Squad for rubmaps.com.
I should. Oh, I've already done it. The owner already reached out to me and offered me a free shirt.
Oh. Yeah. I love that when you get that kind of stuff where they're like, oh, thanks so much. We'll give you $100 credit. And you're like, $100, motherfucker. We just gave you like $1,000 worth of ads.
The most amazing thing about massage parlors is the fact that these women have been doing it for so long, these Asian women. And there's like a woman that you're like, she's 35, but her hands are so fucking soft from massaging people for the last 20 years.
Yeah, with all that lube on
Yeah,
it.
and then they do like the hand jobs they give there. Like there's one time I went.
One time
I got a hand job. The first time I ever did it. And and she took her one hand and made it feel like it was like a mouth or something, and she took her other hand while stroking. It was the most amazing. I don't even know how she did. I wanted to draw it just so I could go home and try it myself. But it was so. I went from zero boner to coming in about a minute. And it was just amazing.
I had a friend tell me.
Pros.
I had a friend tell me he couldn't come at one of those places. He goes, I'm lying there and I'm not coming, and she's getting frustrated. And he goes, and I'm just like trying to focus. He goes, I close my eyes to like force myself to come, and he goes, all of a sudden she just shoves a finger up my ass, and he goes, bam, came right out.
Oh, see, I'm not for that.
That was
and
a
that's
friend.
really popular. That's a friend. That's really popular, putting a finger in your butt. That must be something they do in Asia, because I've had them try that a few times where they try to put a finger in my butt. I'm like, what are you doing? Get away from me.
Massage the prostate.
Don't even look at it.
Cody, would you ever go get the soap with a soapy?
Yeah, that just sounds messy to me.
Not your thing?
Not really.
No, you're just into fucking perforating your ears. Kenton, would you get a soapy? Nope. Chi-Chi, no soapy? Chi-Chi might do it. What is it? You're going to get like... Shane just came in and gave the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Shane would do anything.
My favorite place that I've heard of from other people is there's this place in San Diego where all the students of UCLA go down every weekend just so that people won't know that they do it. And so you go in and are just these 19-year-old girls there, and you're just like, how the fuck are you working at this place? And to pay for school, you don't want people to know. And
yeah, that was Sydney, Australia or I was in Melbourne, Australia, and Jim Jeffries, this is a long time ago, shows up with this really hot chick. He's like, yeah, I'm dating this chick and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she's really hot. And I'm like, where'd you meet her? He goes, she was at my show in Sydney and blah, blah, blah. And then we were all out to dinner. It was like a whole big group. And he told us, he's like, yeah, she was in. And then she left. She went back to Sydney, and we were in Melbourne. And Jim's like, yeah, I met her. I got a hand job from her in a rub and tug. And he's like, I really like her. And she was like super hot, and Jim like wanted to date her. I'm like, that's not going to end well, Jim.
Right.
It's not going to end well.
Did you ever, or do you know a friend that's ever actually actually did like the escort thing where they come to your like hotel room and stuff like I didn't know.
Yeah, his name's Jim,
no,
and he used to live here.
Yeah, I never did the where you get the ad and they're like, it's 300 flowers or whatever. And so I was just one day, I was like, I might just try it, because I didn't have a girlfriend. I just wanted to get laid, and I was in San Francisco, and it says 100% real picture. Of course, it wasn't a real picture. This other girl comes into my room, and she's like, it's $300, and I'm like, okay. And then she goes, all right, so that's for either talking for the next hour or back massage. And I'm like, what about? I thought that was
you
300.
got taken.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I thought. And so
talk to the pro across from me. This has been an ongoing segment.
And I pretty much just sat there and made her talk to me for an hour. And I wish I recorded it, because it was the worst conversation ever. I was like, because it made me never want to do it.
Worse than an episode of This American Life. That's how they do it.
It never made me, because like she pretty much was like, so I just wanted to
we're gonna
do
do
Q&A.
we're gonna do that podcast, and we're just gonna call it This American Life 2, where you get a room with a hooker and they talk for an hour.
Right. But I did questions and answers with her for an hour, and I was like, "How many people did you sleep with today?" She's like 20, and I was like, "Are they with all condoms?" Some of them are regular, so I don't do it. I'm like, and the more I talked to her, the more I was like, "Thank God I didn't do this."
Yeah, that's me with all of them. When I walked down, I went to the red light district in Amsterdam, and I was dating a girl at the time, and we kept walking up to every window, and I'd be like, how much? And they'd go, it was 50 euro for a blowjob, 100 for a fuck. And I would go to the next one. I'm like, how much? And they're like, 50 for a blowjob, 100 for a fuck. Next window. It was like window shopping. And I didn't realize, but I found out it's unionized, and that's the union standard. Like, they pay taxes, and they get tested and all this stuff. And you go up there like shop windows, and you see the girls. And so then I thought, all right, I'm going to twist it a little. I'd be like, how much for me and her? And they're like, well, it's 50 for each of you or 100 for each of you. I'm like, you can't cut me a deal. And they're like, nah, that's the standard. And so then I'd be like, how much if I want to, like, I want to bring in like a sack of coffee, and I want you to sit on it for a while, and I want your pussy to smell like coffee, and then I'm going to eat it out, and I want you to squirt in my mouth, and then I'm going to felch it into her asshole, and then I want you to eat it out. And they'd be like, okay, that's going to be 150, you know. And I just kept coming up with like the most disgusting things. So I go to this one girl, and I just look at her, and I go, how much for me to come in and just get on the bed and cry?
Wow.
And she goes, go away, you're weird.
You need a login for this?
What are we on? What are we on right now? Backpage. Is this where you got yours? No, Red page is what you use. Redbook.
Redbook, huh?
There's no way. There's no way that girl in the corner is the girl that you would get.
None of them are.
No.
And what's funny is if you take this on, I've heard, take it to another website, that erotic review.
Your friend's done it.
Yeah, erotic review. Then you could read the reviews of all these girls, and you'll find out, like, there's this one guy that, like, this girl was like, she hit me over the head with a hammer, stole my wallet, and ran out.
Was his name Brad Williams or Yoshi? Brad Williams got knocked out by a hooker once. She was fucking him mid-fucking, knocked him out, and he woke up and all his shit was gone.
Oh, my God.
And I told him, I go, Brad, don't be so sad. She didn't have to fuck you. She could have knocked you out when she met you.
Yeah.
And then Yoshi.
Sure he didn't just, like, fall off the bed and then he, like, hit his head on the bookshelf, and she was like, oh, shit, I guess I'll...
Yoshi's fucked like 300 of these girls.
Right.
Yeah. And how much? 1,000.
Like all the Los Angeles ones?
3,000? No wonder he's broke right now.
Yeah,
he goes there because he can probably do more horrible shit. I would be scared. You know, I always used to see or read about, you know, when my friends. No, I used to see or read about like shit like warped shit that people do, and I was always like, what kind of person does that? Then I met Yoshi, and I'm like, oh, that's the kind of person that does that.
Yeah, it's really weird when you see these porn, like, this is definitely a porn star right here. Like, most of these porn stars do it now because they're just all so broke because there's no money in porn anymore.
I know, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
And so awesome at the same time.
This one girl I know that I'm pretty good friends with, like, I'm just talking to her, and I knew she was escorting, but
they
she would
all do.
Yeah, but she just lied to me all the time. Like, she'd say, oh, I got to go. I got to meet with my friend, needs a ride. And she kept on doing it, and finally I'm like, are you seriously? You've only, like, she came over to my house, and I was like, you've only been here for like 10 minutes. Why do you have to leave? She goes, all right, I'm an escort. I'm like, oh, no shit. You know?
Yeah, we all know that.
We all know that, but it's...
I learned that one time, like, one of my rich friends had a little place down in Hermosa. Like, he lived in Dallas, and he would fly here for work, and he would kind of, like, make an extended vacation. He's like, come down, and I came down one night, and he was all coked up, and I was like, he's like, come down to party, and I came down, and he wouldn't even talk to me. He's like, I got a girl on the way, and I'm like, what? So I start talking to his buddy. He's like, yeah, you ordered a hooker. And this chick walks in that's just gorgeous, that looks like a girl that I would hit on in a bar that would ignore me.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is why she's ignoring me, because she's going to some guy's house to pick up $2,000.
Yeah.
And this is why she's like, oh, if I'm going to fuck a guy, I might as well get $2,000.
Yeah.
And, you know, I asked a tranny that once. I was walking down the street, or a friend of mine was, in the meatpacking district in New York, and my friend and I were like, this is really a friend of mine and I, we were making fun of these trannies, and one of them came over to us and goes, hey, I'm going to save your life. Shut the fuck up and get out of here, or they're going to kill you. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, they're going to kill you. They'll stab you, And I was like, shut up. And she's like, no, they don't like when you fucking make jokes about them. And they're all dudes, you know, so I wouldn't fuck around. Get the fuck out of here. So we start talking to this one tranny, and I know the tranny population that listens to this show. I know you've complained about me using the word tranny, but guess what? You're 0.00001% of the population. I don't care if you stop listening to our show because
They're already tran wrecked.
yeah. So anyway, we had this one fan that was a tranny that used to get so fucking mad. We start talking to the tranny, and the tranny's like, yeah, you know, I used to go to bars and just hook up with dudes every night. And I was like, why not just make some money instead?
Yeah.
And it was like, I love cock. So I was just like, fuck it. I'll get cock and I'll also make some cash. And it was like, I make like $1,000 a night. And I go, aren't you worried about getting like the cops and everything? She's like, fuck, I blow the cops all the time. I was like, really? I'm like, do they know? She's like, yeah, they know. And I was like, really? The cops pick you up? She's like, all the fucking time. And I go, she goes, I fucking blow them in the cop cars. I'm like, oh. And then I go, why do you do this though? She goes, you know why I do it? She goes, because I love to get little boys like you, because I was young at this. She goes, I love to get little boys like you and blow you when you don't know and then surprise you. I'm like, you're going to get killed.
Wow.
Like, that's how you get killed, because some dudes like Jason Hour don't take it well and snap your neck like Lenny from Mice and Men.
Right. I always wondered if this would almost be an interesting experiment to actually post your ads on to see if you could become a hooker in Los Angeles for like a month, and only for girls, like to fuck you.
You never get a call.
You think?
No, here's why. In the human brain is there's areas in our brain. There's an area called the area of sexual pursuit.
Right.
And in the male, it's so much bigger than the woman's. In the woman, though, they have an area called, we both have it, called emotional memory. Women's emotional memory is so much bigger than ours. That's why they remember everything. Like when you get in an argument, you don't even remember. And they're like, no, you said this and you said this. But our sexual pursuit, because through evolution, we had to go out and hunt and kill and spread our seed.
Right.
Women nest, so they control the family and protect the family. And they want the best seed. Once they get the seed, it's a maternal instinct to protect the seed. Whereas the male, it's like, I got to fucking get this jizz out of me and in a lot of shit.
Right.
So our entire life, like our evolutionary innate behavior, is to go out and fuck shit and spread our seed. Where these women are sitting around going, I need to protect my family. So women aren't thinking, they want one jizz in them that's going to impregnate. They're not like, I need lots of jizz, where we're like, I want to spread my jizz.
Right.
So women aren't going to go. And you're also, as a hooker, you're not quality for them. They're looking for quality fucking jizz. They want
True, but if
big,
you just
strong,
put your
rich.
if you just put your shit like $20, I'll fuck you, fatty. You know, like anything, something like that.
I think yes.
I mean, Tinder. That's pretty much what Tinder is.
Well,
It's just
do you know
chicks
about
trying to fuck.
Do you know about Lulu?
I do, and what's funny, I didn't want to talk about this on too much but then I thought, wait a second, who cares? I should talk about it so people put good reviews on mine. But what's funny is when I tried to do it, you know, on your own iPhone, and then that didn't work. So then I made a fake Facebook account, and because you have to be a woman to actually use this app.
Oh, it is? It's all women?
Yeah.
My friend told me about it, and he's able to go in and look at his reviews.
Really?
I don't know how he did it.
Well, what's funny is that the front page, when you open it, like trending now of who's getting reviewed, it was a comic that's pretty popular, and it's like 12 reviews.
Is it DC?
No.
Oh.
But he's on there. But it's got a new CD come out recently.
So
CD.
So it's girls that have fucked them are reviewing their fuck.
Yeah. And so it's just girls like, yeah, I fucked him.
So it's the one that just was on that wants to be black but it's white or something?
No.
It's not the opposite of DC.
He was on a show. It's Chris D'Elia, all right.
That's it.
So it's just, I feel so bad for this poor guy because, you know, he has so many people that actually wrote reviews on him, and it's like, I just feel bad.
What did they write?
I don't want to talk about that part.
Do they write bad reviews?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they're like other people's reviews, not his. But other people's reviews are like, yeah, he's got a small dick. He smells like soup, but he's got money, you know. And then like then there's other people that are like, this person, you know, every time they have sex, they cry after they come, and you're just like, what?
So it's like the Yelp for cocks.
It's Yelp for cocks, and it's pretty popular. Like I was very surprised how many people actually have reviews on here.
So we cannot sign in as a male.
No, but if you get on your wife's iPhone right now and check
Lauren, we need your iPhone.
because I would love to look. Because the one girl that I know that has it, she won't barely let me look at it. She's like, no, it's not for you. It's like, you know, it's whatever. It's like the Pepsi 10.
Oh, we
got
gotta
to
get
Pepper 10.
We got to get into this now. Wait, were you guys gonna call a hooker? What were you gonna do? Just call one to what? I don't know. Get one for Ernie? Machete's our new hooker rep. He got it once. He did the good escort, read the reviews and everything. Went to the hotel. It worked out great.
Yeah. How much you spend?
200.
200 is so good.
Yeah. No, it was really good, and she
No
was the
conversation.
she was the actual person that was on the ad too. It wasn't like the whole bait and switch bullshit. I was really nervous about that, and getting caught by the cops for some reason. I was like, whatever.
See, never mind.
Cop thing doesn't scare you?
That doesn't scare me. Because like if I get in trouble for weed or prostitution,
I think in California what we've learned is cops don't care about weed. Because there was a cop here earlier that I do the wadcast with. They could give two fucks about weed because it's so prevalent and it's practically legal and it's just a hindrance. And then the prostitution hooker shit, there's such gray areas. They could care less about that because they can't fit murderers in the prisons.
Right.
Like, how are they going to put you in? They're letting murderers out of prison. He told me, he's like, get a gun. I'm like, I don't believe in guns. He's like, get a gun.
Really?
They've let so many fucking horrible humans out of the prison system.
Wow.
Like, because they can't control. No reviews of me. Thank God.
Oh, my God.
Why am I on there?
That's what I'm saying, buddy.
Why
Everybody is on this fucking website.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Well, let's check some guys out.
Wait, check me out. See if I'm on there. Brian Redban. Or
we're on Lulu. How did you get on? I thought you had to be a chick.
No, but what they do is they just pull your Facebook from your Facebook. So like anyone that has Facebook on here, or people make a profile for you, you got like.
So you're in under my account. So you've just added me to this fucking thing. You idiot. This is like the time I had Snapchat on the phone because we did it on the show. My wife's like, why do you have Snapchat?
Oh, I always forget about Snapchat.
The guy that Snapchat's right down the street. Like we have the Chive.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
the
that.
Chive is 2 blocks down. Snapchat's 3 blocks down. The guy who owns Snapchat just bought a $2.5 million house on Brooks.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I like the idea of Snapchat, but I really hate what I get sent. Because I get sent just the dumbest shit. Like, oh, here's a cheeseburger I ate. And then it's only going to be there for 6 seconds. All right, now.
Yeah, my wife just told me, she goes, it's really fun. She goes, I was looking at it with Megan. She goes, and when you do really embarrassing stuff, you can take a picture of it and send it to your friends. I'm like, I want that to live.
Yeah.
When I do really embarrassing stuff, I'm like, yeah, look at it.
Well, and people can just screenshot it, so it takes all the fun away from it.
I can't believe that dude has made that much money that he lives in a $2.5 million house.
And it's a free app.
All right, so did you put in Brian Redban?
Oh. I see. I don't think you can search.
That'd be awesome to just see review. That's why this site's not going to make it.
Yeah, somebody needs to log in.
If we could read reviews of chicks who've like fuck.
Get your
Jeremy
wife to log
Piven.
in real quick. You got a girl here, girl.
She's up in bed asleep.
Oh, you know her Facebook.
No, I don't. I don't really.
You know, you've put the hidden app on her laptop so you can turn on the camera anytime you want to and take screenshots.
No, but that would be awesome. But I think, what's his name? I think Keith has probably done that. You're on here. Kenton has
three reviews.
Kenton has been reviewed 3 times.
Oh,
let's
read this.
Let's read it. Kenton Pizza Boy. Look at it, and he's got a picture of him and Steve-O, like your best friends.
That's cool. I love Steve-O.
Hey guys, am I on there?
Oh, you don't have any written reviews,
You have
or
no-
you just can't read them.
3 girls checked you out today on Lulu.
Oh. 2 girls favorited you. 6 girls checked you out. Oh,
All
so
right.
you don't have reviews. You just have 3
All right,
people.
put Shane in. Let's find out if some MILFs are on here.
Let's see if-
I had sex with him. It was amazing. He was the first guy that didn't need a walker.
I'm going to see if I can check my own self.
Cody, tell us more why you like This American Life.
Oh, I forgot even why I was on the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Tell us why.
I forgot.
Other than Mike DiStefano, because he was an interesting guy.
That was
God
good.
rest his soul.
It just depends on what the
Fake
theme
God.
is. I mean, there's been some duds.
Yeah,
Don't get me
there's
wrong.
been some duds almost every
been-
episode.
No, but most of the episodes are pretty good.
How is it number 1? I listen to Freakonomics, and they get a lot of. I like Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. I listen to that a lot. I'm into it. Rogan got me into
Oh, that's
it.
so great, right? I love it.
It's fucking
Dude's
amazing.
amazing.
It's the best podcast there is
Yeah.
because the dude tells a story like a movie. It's like watching a movie or listening to a movie. It's that exciting the way he tells a story. Then I listen to Freakonomics because it's interesting. They're very nerdy, but it's cool. And they get fucking millions of listeners. I forget what I heard they get. But they deserve it. It's smart guys talking about shit that it's accurate shit. They do studies. They do their research. I always say, like, don't listen to us for any factual information because it's probably all wrong. But at least these guys, it's facts and stuff. This American Life is storytelling. It's just bad storytelling.
Right.
It's just horrible, boring, fucking Lake Wobegon shit. What's Lake Wobegon? What's the name of that podcast too?
It's a radio show called
Kill Me
Prairie
Now.
Home Companion.
Prairie Home
And
Companion.
it's
They probably have
complete
there it
bullshit.
is. They probably have 10 mil. I do like the sound of the guy's voice.
No, I hate everything about that show.
I just like the sound of his voice. It's soothing. Play it.
This week on a Prairie Home Companion.
He does have a voice like this. He's like back
It's
in
the weirdest
Minnesota.
show.
I don't think Garrison Keller. He has a great voice. My voice is horrible. I'd
Garrison.
kill for Garrison Keller's.
Garrison has 2 reviews on Lulu. His old
Here,
wrinkled dick.
here, plug it in. I want you to hear his voice. Yeah, it's good for there.
Support this program to contribute, and thanks.
Oh, don't help their ads.
Yeah.
We don't want them getting any money. Sounds like your grandfather. No, fast forward through his bad singing. Fast forward through his bad singing. Listen to his voice. Fast forward. Is it illegal to play another podcast during your podcast?
I don't think so.
I don't think there are any
I don't
laws.
think
This
there's
is the
real
wild,
laws.
wild
Yeah.
west.
able to remember the words to the song even wearing those boots?
Oh, hopefully they'll help. And I was also wondering if you would dance with me in the middle.
I don't know that you really want that. We'll see. Please welcome Nellie McCott.
He just talks like this, and it's very soothing.
Yeah, it's very relaxing.
It's for people that are just so fucking stressed out that they live in the middle of the woods somewhere and they don't want to deal with technology or anything. And this is the only bit of technology they get because they're afraid of everything. They don't go out of their home. They just listen, and this makes them feel happy. Play a little bit of This American Life. Just listen to how fucking boring it is. Please, let's see if we can make our show that boring. I cannot believe this is the #1 podcast. This does better than Rogan's podcast, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that other one, the fucking Welcome to Night Vale that needs to get AIDS.
What is Welcome to Night Vale?
It's like a fake. I don't know if it's fake, but I think it's fake. It's like a fake news program from a fake city, if I remember correctly.
Hello, podcast listeners. For your holiday shopping pleasure.
Move into it a little bit. This is like when we went after the Apple Sisters. That's what we got in all the trouble for.
The Apple Sisters?
Jim just wanted to start a war with a podcast, so he made our listeners go after
that's right.
a podcast, and he goes, let's go after the... And I thought it was funny at first.
Right.
But the fans were like, you fucking cunts. And there was no reason to really be that mean to them. Is this American Life?
Yeah, here's Welcome to Night Vale.
Want it over with. Thursday, a faint outline of a dull face will appear in the dark as you try to sleep.
That's an hour, or 30 minutes long, and that's the #1 comedy podcast. Whatever this shit is that we're listening to right now.
You will notice its blank stare, its straight, expressionless lips, its thick brow, and the subtle hint of slow, collected breaths. It will seem
Keep
to
going.
be watching you,
I think I like
curious
it.
about you.
I think if you add
As if it were
cunt
not
to everything,
from
it'll be
here.
funny.
Yeah,
Keep it going.
It's just like,
You will lock eyes. You will barely be able to make out the face's humanoid features, but you will know.
You sure this
deep
isn't Yoshi
down,
didn't?
It is not human. Not human at all.
At all. Who the fuck is listening to this? Listen, as smart as you are with computers and technology, Redban, there's people smarter than you. No one's listening to that.
but they are.
No, bots are. Whoever runs
Right.
that has figured out. Nerds are really good at shit. Like I've had them on the show. People that have like 4 million Twitter followers that none of them are real. And I'm convinced there's so many comedians I know that I'm like, I don't care. No, they're real Twitter followers. You can check it online, but there's services that'll give you real Twitter followers. There's so many bullshit people that it's like nobody wants to hear your horse shit. I've been to your comedy shows. No one's laughing. I don't know where you found this audience. You didn't. You're lying. You're full of shit. Nobody's listening to This Is Nightingale. Nobody.
Wow.
Play This American Life.
Some children in hospitals and orphanages who were treated this way, never picked up, never loved, would wither and die, literally die. But even this did not change the opinion of the psychological establishment. So enter Harry Harlow. He says that to prove that love is important. In fact, love is a key to normal development in children. And that what bonds babies and mothers is more than just the baby's need for food.
Now this is what we tried. The responses of the baby monkey.
Oh, I never thought that. Wow, that's such an original thought, that a baby needs love. Oh, my God. Fucking, that is so...
Awful.
What a revelation. Thank you, This American Life, for bringing that to our attention. Holy shit, stop the presses. This American Life just brought us to... They produced Mike Birbiglia's movie.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
That's a good movie.
Yeah? Really?
I like it.
I know he was on Rogan's show the other day, and you're being nice.
I wasn't there.
Oh.
We should just start bashing every other podcast.
No, I'm only bashing the ones that deserve it. I'm only bashing the ones that deserve it. This is ridiculous. These that kind of stuff.
Well, that's
What
not,
do you-
it's not technically.
No,
a
you
podcast.
listen to it. Fucking.
I know, but it's not technically.
What
a
is
podcast.
it?
It's
What-
a radio show. It's on NPR.
Where? Oh, on NPR.
Yeah, and they just release it as
Okay.
a podcast.
Well, NPR has a massive following, and I listen to NPR. There's a lot of shit I like on NPR that I don't like. That should be, if this is America, I want to fucking be communist. I don't know. I'll turn it on. Like sometimes the interviews and stuff are amazing because they do like in depth and really intelligent stuff, like where they go beyond the surface, like that's on regular shit, and they go really, really deep. But you can also hear that on. It's like Mark Maron could be on NPR because he goes really deep with a comic. They'll have a comic on. And that's how they'll interview them. They won't just be like, "Hey, do your bits and be funny." They really want to find out what got you to where you are and how it worked out and everything. So it's fucking interesting. But this is just boring stories.
Do you listen to any podcasts? Is there any ones that you actually check out?
Yeah,
and listen
weirdly,
to?
I just started listening to the Crab Feast. I've done it, and one day, like when it popped up in my feed, I listened. I'm like, these guys are funny. They're good. They do a good job. I really like, and they're nice guys. I like Ryan and I listen to your show sometimes, and I'm not joking about that. Like, not just when I'm on it. I don't listen whenever I'm on a podcast. I listen.
Right.
It'll have to be someone caught my attention. I listen to Rogan every once in a while if I like his guest. And I want to see what Rogan's going to do with them. I've listened to a lot of Rogan. I've listened to Jay Moore's because I've found he's gotten really good guests. I used to listen to Maron, but I stopped when he stopped interviewing comics all the time. Like he started doing music a little more, and it was like I liked Maron's show because it was like inside comedy.
Right.
And he went through every comedian in the world except for me. So he won't have me on.
Why?
I don't know.
Too much sexual tension, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I'm trying to think who else I find funny. I try everyone out. Like weirdly, I'll go through and when they pop up, like I listen to Bert's. I like Bert, and I find Bert really funny. Yeah. This week.
You ever listen to Tom Segura and Christian? I like theirs.
Yes.
I love because they just talk poop all the time. It's Your Mom's House podcast.
Yes. And Bert, what happens with Bert when I listen to Bert's, I get jealous because Bert sounds like he's having a much better time than I'm having.
Yeah. That's just him in life, man. I really want to know if he just goes home and cries every night.
I hope he does because he's too excited about everything.
Yeah. He's always taking his shirt off and he's happy man.
I've done like Triple E's podcast. I had fun on his show, because he's crazy. I'm trying to think what other ones. Do you listen to any?
I just never have time to, unless I'm on a road trip. Like tomorrow, I'm going on the road, so I'll download a few. I mean, like I only listen to like Jay Moore's when he's talking shit, and I have to figure out what he said about me. And that's pretty much what I do. Is I just if there's a guest that I like, I guess if I had to say like the top 3 I'd listen to is probably Mark Maron's and Your Mom's House.
Yeah, I like Your Mom's House. Who else?
Bill Burr's really fucking hilarious too.
You know what? I am the biggest Bill Burr fan in the world, and this is sad to say, but I don't like his podcast that much because
it's just him.
Yeah, I used to watch Bill just trash people, and it was really funny in like a situation. He used to do it to me. Like we'd be all talking, and he would just crush me, and I loved that. I don't like one person talking. It creeps me out. I don't know how I would sit here and have a conversation by myself.
I couldn't do it.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's fucking creepy. You know who could do it? Jim could have done it.
Yeah.
Jim didn't want me here. Like Jim liked to talk the whole time, and he was like, he didn't feed off me. He didn't feed off any of the guests. It was like Jim had a lot of funny thoughts, and he wanted to just get them out there, and it was like all Jim. And like Burr's like that. Like they're so alpha that they're like, here's my funny. And everyone's like, it's so funny. And people want to hear it.
Right.
And, but I just need a connection. Like even when I do stand up, I got to like have rhetorical question and connect with the audience. Like those guys can just go.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. I've tried to do just the one-man thing before, just because I was bored. I'm like, I should do a podcast. And then, like, within 10 minutes, I was boring myself. And I was like, fuck this shit.
Chi-Chi listens a lot. What do you listen to, Chi-Chi?
I listen to
Smodcast. I like Hollywood Babylon because they go on. They do a lot of like Hollywood shit. It's thematic and they stick to it, and Ralph's really funny.
I listen to Pointless. I listen to
what's Pointless? Is that
that's
theirs?
the one that he does.
With him and Kevin Pereira.
Yeah,
that's a really good
they keep telling me this. Who's Kevin Cabrera?
Kevin used to be the host of Attack of the Show on G4 Network for like forever,
and he's just really interesting and funny.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that could actually be a comedian. He's so fast and funny.
It's like Chris Wilde, who we have on the show all the time. It's the funniest guy in the world.
Right. Yeah. Like he's really good, and it's just talking nerdy shit. He's actually
Is he a techie?
He's a huge techie. Well,
I listen to Hardwick a little bit. One day I'm driving home from Vegas. Hardwick interviewed his dad, who sadly just passed away, and Hardwick interviewed his dad, and the way he's prefaced it, I used to think Hardwick was like a dick when he was on Singled Out, and I always thought he was like this like edgy dick. Then I listened to him on like the Nerds, and I'm like, oh no, he's just like a really nerdy, nice guy.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that was like the character they made him play on Singled Out. And then I listened to him, and he interviewed his dad, and the way he said it, he's like, hey, if you do a podcast, you wouldn't know it, but he's like, you should interview your parents. And he's like, you should just do it for the nostalgia, for like someday they won't be around, and just to have that. And actually, I thought about it. I've never like asked my parents these questions. He went really in depth with his dad, and it was fucking so. His dad was a pro bowler, and it was really fucking cool. I listened to the whole show.
Really?
It was like this long interview,
Wow.
and I'm driving, and the whole way back from Vegas, and I'm like, one of those ones where you just get sucked in, and you're like, I just listened to the whole episode of fucking Chris Hardwick talk to his dad.
Yeah, Duncan Trussell, his mom was dying of cancer, so he interviewed her while she was, the last stages of her life.
Wow.
And I've never met his mom and stuff, and I I sat and listened to that whole thing and was fucking crying.
Was it?
I mean, it
tough?
was fucking amazing.
How did he do that?
I don't know, man. He went through so much shit. He lost a testicle, and then like a couple months later, he lost his mom.
I've never really known him.
Yeah, I started off. I was pretty good friends with him for a while, and then I'm not. Once in a while, I'll say hi. We see each other, but
he dated Natasha for a while.
Yeah, he dated in Mary Lynn Rice Cub. I remember I used to go to Mary Lynn's house, and I wasn't allowed to be there because I guess he wasn't allowed to have friends over or something. Oh. And so he's like, "Oh, you gotta leave. You gotta leave in like an hour, man."
That's weird. He's always getting into this good rich pussy.
Yeah, he's smart.
Sasha, or Natasha, and she's now dating. She dated Ari too, didn't she?
Oh yeah,
that's weird.
So weird.
I listen to Ari's. I like Ari's podcast.
Oh yeah, Ari's a great
one.
Skeptic Tank's really good.
I never thought, like when I first saw Ari do stand up, I never thought he would be the type of guy that I would want to hear an hour of Ari. And then I listened, I'm like, oh, he's really good.
Oh,
yeah, he's good though.
Yeah, he is. He's really good. He started that with Death Squad.
And he, but Duncan, or not Duncan, Natasha's now with Moshe Kasher.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to break up because I think I can get
you
it
might
next.
be next on the list. Yeah, you got to figure she's dated Ari, Duncan, Moshe. She's got to have low self-esteem.
No, did you ever meet like the girl that you like, a girl that you like, and then she does the "I don't date other comics"?
Yeah, they all say that.
Fucking stupid shit.
They all say that, and
they all lie.
I didn't realize I have such a bad reputation with female comics. Like April Macy was here last night, and she does her podcast with her boyfriend Shane, and they had me and my wife on, and she's like, "How did you get your wife?" And I'm like, and she was like, "No, you don't, you." And I was like, "We're friends, April." She's like, "Yeah, but you." Like she was so like degrading about like I don't deserve my wife, and kind of like. But I've noticed female comics, I guess, think I'm a horrible human being.
Yeah, so they think the same of me.
Okay, I'm glad we're in the same.
I hear it.
I'm in good company.
Yeah, I hear it from a lot of them. Or I get the like, "Ew, gross!" Like when you talk about like,
my character on stage, is jokingly misogynistic.
Right.
Like I go at women, but like
character.
But would you have you ever seen me do like my wife will tell I've never done like the least bit misogynistic thing to her ever or any like woman in my life that I like. It's just on stage,
right? Yeah,
because I find it hilarious how upset people get over it.
Right.
So I'll talk about like punching women or like throwing them. Like I wrote a joke the other day that I thought was funny, but I'll never use it, so I'll just say it now. And it was, "I like my women like my Netflix. After I watch them, I want to shove them in a mailbox." And it's just...
Why would you never use it? That's good.
Because it's like, I like my women like my coffee, black and fucking full of... why are you making me... Are we out of beers? I got to get up. I got a 6 a.m. flight.
You're going to sleep the whole way?
No, and I'm taking the dog. What are you trying to... fuck face.
What the fuck?
I got to fly to Detroit tomorrow with my dog. At Joey's in Livonia. Hey, Joey.
I get to drive tomorrow to San Jose.
And I could be in San Jose with you and not Brody.
Yeah. Well, it's now going to be me, Sam Tripoli, and Tiffany Haddish. You know Tiffany?
I love Tiffany.
She's so fucking funny. And it makes more sense because she's a dirty comic.
She's awesome.
She queefs on stage.
We have her on here all the time.
Yeah.
Have you had Miss Pat yet? You got to get Miss Pat.
Who's Miss Pat?
Just trust me. Find Miss Pat. Yep. Listen to my Miss Pat episode and then have her on.
Is she hot?
No.
Nope. Don't want her on.
Nope. You want her on. Trust me. Trust me. Just listen.
All right.
Everybody heard her on, like Neil Brennan, Bird. Everyone's like, "How do I get fucking Miss Pat's number? I need her," because the fans went fucking crazy about her.
Is she the sex?
Nope.
Advice.
She's the 300-pound black woman that got both her she had one tit shot off. Well, here, put it this way. This is her line. That is so funny about her. She got shot twice and hit by a dump truck, and weirdly, nobody wants to hear about her getting shot. She's awesome, though. She's a great person.
They shot her in the
really
tits?
funny. Yeah, her husband shot her nipple off.
Oh my God, they sew it back on?
Yep. No, I don't know. I asked her to see it. She wouldn't let me. Did you guys ask to see it? Yeah. Did she show you? No. Oh. But she said she has 2. Yeah, she's got both her nipples back. Tiffany, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We had her we did an episode on Halloween at the haunted house. Shane's uncle owns the Black Dahlia house where the murder was.
Oh, wow.
And we did the podcast there on Halloween. Like, we do fun shit on this show.
Cool.
Like, we try to, like, take it places and do... no, we've done a lot of the hot dog eating competition where they watch gay porn.
I got the best one that I've actually wanted to actually make this a TV show and, like, take it from the Asians. Have you seen the video of the straight guy that has to get a blowjob from a gay guy?
I only watch gay stuff.
Right.
Oh, this is gay. Okay.
Yeah. So the straight guy has to sit there and not come in like 15 minutes of getting a blowjob from a gay guy.
This exists, or you want to make this?
No, it's a game show, and if you just type in like Japanese blowjob game show, it will come up.
Wait. I like how they have. Oh no, they didn't. Meanwhile, Yoshi's show is Yoshi didn't.
And pretty much they have like a courtesy curtain that goes around, so the audience can't see the actual blowjob, but then you just see the guy's face like trying to like not come, don't come, and.
But I think sometimes I truly think out of that, like you'd actually come not out of like sexual attraction, but out of like awkwardness.
Well, I would like to think that the guy would put his dick or his mouth on my. And I would be like, no sexual feeling at all, because I am actually not a huge fan of blowjobs to begin with. So I think I could probably be.
Yeah, I don't usually come from blowjobs, but what if I did by him?
I know, that's what I'm saying. But see, here it is right here, and
I thought it was gonna be the other guy blowing him.
Hysterical.
I totally thought it was gonna be the other guy blowing.
How much money do they get?
I don't know, but like, look at this gay guy. He looks like
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, he's Bobby Lee.
Wait, that is Bobby
Ricky
Lee.
Looney.
That is Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. Huh?
Oh, the guy getting his dick suck's a porn star?
I don't think so. Oh, it does? Well, he's a straight porn star, I guess. But
not anymore.
But it's so funny watching.
Pretty much when you let a dude suck your dick, you're no longer straight.
And it's funny because in like 10 minutes, the gay guy comes out and goes, "Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can I take off my shirt?" And so he takes off his like outer shirt, and he's like wipes his face off, and then the guy comes right in his mouth, and he spits it out in a little tissue. He has a little tissue box right by his knee.
Oh, this is the gayest show that I have to watch.
I know, but I would love.
Did that guy just come?
Oh no, you got a pubic hair in his mouth.
And
so you just.
You've watched this completely.
Oh yeah. I'm investing a lot of money in this. But I mean, how cool would it be though, just to get like, offer a huge cash prize just so straight guys will actually do it.
They did it in Bang Bus.
Did they?
Yeah, I used to check out Bang Bus. I used to check out. I know, but I was watching Bang Bus because I knew a chick that was on it, Kylie King, and I knew she was a porn star already. So I'm like, this is bullshit. But I'm watching it, and every week there was like
playing with his nipples.
Playing with his nipples while he's sucking them.
Look, basically, you're getting raped. Glenn Wool used to have a punchline of a joke with it was the guilty orgasm of a rape victim, and that's all this is. It's like girls sometimes come during rape, and so a guy can't. It doesn't mean they appreciate it or enjoy it. It's a fucking natural reaction. I'm trying to excuse why I'm slowly getting a boner right now watching this. Oh God! Now the fat dude, Bobby Lee's taking his shirt off.
I wonder if girls ever squirt when getting raped. I doubt it. I bet there's no squirting.
I talk to Bonnie Rotten about squirting all the time because she squirted on a Bible. And I said, look, I think it's fake. I've heard girls shove shit up there. And she said, yeah, some girls give themselves like an enema or whatever, and so they can squirt out extra. And she goes, basically, it's just a legal way of peeing on a guy.
You know what? I think
Have you had Bonnie on?
No, I don't know Bonnie, but I mean, I do a porn podcast, and all the porn stars, they tell you what's up, and it isn't pee. It has the same qualities of it, and
so it's
stuff like that. But one thing that is weird about me is how my dick's shaped. I like 1 out of every 2 girls I make squirt.
Do you have a hook?
Yeah, it points towards my face.
Yeah.
And
That'll
it's
do
from years of putting my kids. If you're 14 listening to this, take your boner right now, put it underneath, put it underneath your belt, and do that every day because that's what I do. Because
you'd have boners all the time.
So I just keep it under my belt.
I used to do that in church.
I think it bent that way.
Oh wait.
After doing it for so many years, it just bent that way.
Yeah.
So here's where he's coming, and he's trying. Look at his face. He's just like.
Japanese are so fucked up.
Yeah. He's like, I'm coming. There's actually a censored or a subtitled version where it has the English subtitles, and he's just like, I'm coming.
Do you think these guys go gay after this? Like, they're like, well, that was the best blowjob I ever had. I guess I got to go this way.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they went on national. Is this on national TV or on something?
So, yeah.
And they're pretty much.
And he lost money. He didn't get anything.
He just came out. He didn't just come. He came out of the closet too. Look at him.
Well, he did get a blowjob.
He looks like the Asian version of me.
He's getting the tissue.
Oh.
Looks like he's getting 3 tissues. He had to dramatically get 3 tissues out.
This show's so much better than This American Life.
Absolutely. And the people are probably not even watching this. They're just listening to this, and it's probably better than just listening to us talk about it.
You know what's great about this show? The way they put the curtain, you can totally. He just wiped his eyes after he wiped it. Oh, I was like, he's trying to get cum in his eyes. You can totally watch this on regular TV.
Yeah,
because it's all behind the hidden.
I think you could, or at least cable. Check out that top left one. That's even grosser. Have you seen that?
No.
This woman's so fat, and there's a point where they lift up one side of her. Look at it. And they lift up one side of her, and there's dead things underneath it, and because I don't think she's moved for 50 years or something like that. But there's one part where they lift her up.
Wait, can we post this on our Facebook page, or will we get
that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. It's on the Discovery Channel or something.
Look
at that.
This needs to be posted on the Facebook.
Look at that
page.
right here. We see there's shit underneath her.
That's Machete.
And you notice they don't have to censor anything because she's not really wearing. You can't really see anything.
All her tits are hidden by fat.
Yeah, fat and looks like cysts. And look at his boyfriend or
the moo-moo that they put on her.
Yeah.
It's sad though when you get into this. This is really sad. Like the chick that they had to come get her out of the house with a forklift, and here they are. They're sawing into the house.
And did you hear the other one? If you Google, there's a news report of a woman that had been sitting on the toilet, I believe, for 10 years, and it got so bad that the toilet connected to her skin or something like that.
I don't know how people die of diabetes and heart attacks when this shit exists.
Yeah.
How do these people not die? They're indestructible.
Yeah, if you type in woman stuck on
toilet
Redban, it will come up because I tweeted it.
I watch Jackass, and you're like, oh my god, that's crazy. They just stood behind a jet engine.
There it is.
This is much crazier.
The first one. The other one's Joey Diaz sitting on a toilet that I had to film. But look at this toilet. They show just look at it. It's disgusting.
Joey Diaz is in that new movie with those.
He's the coach. He's Robert De Niro's coach.
Yeah, with De Niro and Stallone and that other guy that's pretty famous.
Yeah. Who's the other guy?
I forget.
But look at this. Wait, go back. 'Cause this is the fake one. But the look at the toilet though, right?
Wait, that's what she did? She did that to a toilet?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe not.
We need to share
Maybe
videos.
I did a fake news story.
Oh, is this you?
Yeah, that's one of my things I do. As I edit fake news stories together and make them. Well, I just change little details. I added that shit toilet picture, so that's not real. But there's another one where it's Redban gets arrested, and I made this fake video where I get arrested, and I put my mugshot in instead of the real person's mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
And
our fans used to do that with Jason on rape.
Yeah,
every rape video.
This was filming. This was filming. I said I worked at the Geek Squad, and this was filming women taking a shower. And half the comments, people think it's real. They're like, Redban's a creep. I knew it. And look, in a little bit, you'll even I edited together a video of me handcuffed, with twisty ties and.
Yeah, how can you believe anything when how easy it is to alter anything? You can change anything. Like you can change voice, video. There's a way to make it look like Obama's like murdering children. Like so, how can you
just said that on the podcast, and that those two keywords are going to be now
NSA.
Yeah, you just said Obama and murder in the same sentence. All right, great, I just said it.
No, but like there are ways to like alter anything and make anyone look bad or out of so when you hear something about someone and it becomes a news report, how do we know to trust it?
Yeah.
How do we like when Christian Bale yelled at that guy, the lighting tech, how do we know that wasn't taken totally out of context or they altered it or created it? Like how do you
don't.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. There was something else that just happened recently that's the exact same thing. Let me think. Oh, I just was thinking about this the other day.
Well, you're thinking, Cody, tell me why This American Life is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I don't think it's good anymore.
Good.
I
got one
me why it's
person
good.
on that. Is that you at the end of the video there?
Yeah.
That's amazing that you can.
I think I actually I used my real mugshot too. What is this?
What is? We just missed the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I want to be edited into that. Into their vaginas.
I like the second related video.
Leave my wife for them.
Have you ever dated like a supermodel chick like that? That's like a
no.
I briefly was with a like a Miss America girl, and she was like let's just say Miss Colorado, but fucking so crazy hot.
Was she the one that was that did the porn? That was Miss Louisiana.
No. This was just, but the problem that I noticed was that she was such a good person, and because she was raised in that pageant lifestyle, and she always had the right perfect answers and stuff like that. It was so weird too. Like
they're creepy.
They're
fucking creepy.
They're machines.
I have a funny story about hanging out with Miss Australia. That was she almost won Miss Universe. Rachel. No, look her up. Rachel.
Where's your pee hole?
We still Twittered each other. She's a really nice girl. Rachel Finch. Look how hot this girl is. She's a really sweet girl. Wait till you see it. Yeah.
Wow.
And we still talk. She's really nice, but she married that guy that was her dance partner in Dancing with the Stars.
God, he must have a great vagina.
But how about this? One time I was doing a gig in Louisiana. I'm in the pool at the hotel at the casino. It was a casino, like a riverboat casino. And I'm in the pool with this woman, like she was Miss Louisiana, and her mother. And her mother starts talking to me. I'm thinking the girl's like into me. And the mother goes, Mom, he's a comedian. He's playing here, blah, blah, blah. Because Miss Louisiana was going on there. The pageant was going on. And she goes, oh, you're a comedian. I'm like, yeah. So I start talking to the mother. The mother goes, what do you think of Howard Stern? And I go, oh, he's pretty funny. And she goes, you think he's funny? And I go, yeah, I listen. I think it's really funny. She goes, he exploits women. And I go, he exploits women? Your daughter's in a pageant. And she and I start arguing in the pool that the whole pool gets uncomfortable.
Wow.
The mother goes to the front desk or whatever, complains about me. The front desk calls the promoters of the gig. They move me to a different hotel.
Wow.
I had to stay at a different hotel because the mother was so upset by my comments because I said that she exploits women. And I was like, really? Like, I would rather have Howard Stern be the father of my children than a woman that puts her kids in pageants. Like, I'll bet he's a much better parent than that horrible disgrace of a human being that lets her daughter from age 6 walk up on a stage dressed like a fucking whore. It's horrible. Pageants are the worst fucking things in the world.
Yeah, I had to get sat in a hot seat and got, she's like, all right, come in the room. It's time for you to sit in the hot seat. And I had to sit down on a hot seat, quote unquote. And her parents.
Wait, can we look her up? What was she?
I'll show you off there. I don't want to.
All right.
She's up for Miss America, so I don't want her to any attachments.
We
to me.
We had the funniest story on the last episode. Danny McDermott dated Vampirella, and she stabbed him.
Oh wow.
It was like she was way too hot for him.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what? Danny McDermott's dating this like supermodel? And then like a week later it was like, oh, she stabbed him. Oh, okay, now it's acceptable. There's always those guys that date. How about Jeff Dye and how hot his girlfriend? I don't know if he's still with her, but Jeff Dye has like the hottest on again, off again girlfriend in the world, and he's a good looking dude. But you're like, really?
Yeah, I don't know Jeff Dye.
He's
The
a
only
nice
thing I
guy.
know, yeah, the only thing I do know about him is when he wasn't a nice guy, and that's how I found out about him. He like, started shit with one of my friends on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe. And
I like Tony a lot too.
Yeah.
Sometimes when that shit happens, I still can't.
Yeah.
I can't get in between it because I like them both.
Right.
Have we gone for like 4 hours now? Okay. Well, we can break this up into 2 shows. Oh yeah, our guest didn't show up. Let's see. Brant Tobler, who's I think he's he goes. I said, "Where are you?" And he said, "Did you not see my last 2 messages? I had no idea where to go or what time." Sorry, Brant. Next time.
We really need to see these Lulu reviews.
Yeah.
We just need to have. Yeah, we just have to have a girl log in.
Yeah, but my wife's asleep, so we can't.
I mean, is her Facebook ID saved on your?
No, no.
Wait, it says Lauren. Oh, wait, this is Gmail.
Yeah, that's our Gmail. We can't get in through that. Fuck. That's why you get married, so you can do this shit. I'm definitely going, when I wake her up, when I go upstairs, I'm going to go, give me your Facebook password. I'm going in. Yeah. So I log on to lulu.com.
You go on her phone, or you have her log in on Facebook, and then you open
I got to
up
download
Lulu.
the app first.
Or I think you go to lulu.com.
But there was nothing on me, right?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it, but we don't know because we're only seeing the guy's side of it, and I think there's probably some kind of.
I don't need
and
that.
I've tried just
because the dirty. Remember the dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dirty was like where people could like trash people and everyone would read about it, and it's a way to slander. It's fucking nasty.
Yeah. See, I didn't try making a new account, but I took one of my old Facebook accounts.
Oh, you're trying to make a fake one.
Yeah.
Don't use her name. Make a fake name, you douche. Snatch Liquor. That's a good last name.
It'll detect it, though, because you have the word snatch in it, I think. Maybe.
Shane's got to get up in Plum. Kenton. What time? I'll be up before you. I got to run the dog so that when she gets on the plane, she doesn't kill people.
Give her a Benadryl.
I can't give her a Benadryl. Look at this one.
Give her a Benadryl. She'll be fine.
This one's had enough.
I love this dog. I love the combo. Like, did they make this dog, or did they some dog just get fucked?
I think it was made, but it wasn't as cute as the dog.
Oh, right.
She's half pit bull, half French bulldog.
Yeah, I'm just imagining a pit bull fucking a little cute French bulldog.
I know, it's awful. But it's English Staffy, and they're a lot smaller.
Oh, right.
But I've looked at it, and I've tried to see if we can get another one because they're so awesome. We're in. Let's get on Lulu. Wait, so who was it? Was it Kenton that was reviewed? You're both reviewed.
They had the exact same numbers, so I'm wondering, do you guys just fuck the same girls? Or
I have a feeling it's not going to let you.
Air, please. This is awesome.
See, what I believe it's going to say is we detect suspicious activity. You're screwed.
You're an expert with computers, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you always been?
Yeah. I mean, I started,
You didn't go to college, right?
No, I did. I went to school for multimedia and design. So
why did you even go? Because you learned probably everything on your own.
Yeah, but back then there was computers were brand new, and everyone's like, "What's this internet?" And then there was no way to figure out how to make websites because no one was really making websites yet. And so I was like, I want to figure out how to make websites.
Did you make Joe's website? Is that the first thing you did?
I used to. I made Doug Stanhope's was the first one I did.
Oh, you did Stanhope's?
A long time ago.
Are you friends with Doug?
Yeah, actually, I've been friends with Doug as long as Joe Rogan, about 11 years.
Because it can see that you just signed up.
And that your name is Snatch Liquor.
Yeah, I don't understand how it knows because when I do it, I just took an old account and I made it a female. On my old account, no, I think there was a picture, but I just switched it to woman or male to female, and it's still.
This is gonna get dangerous. Our fans are gonna go make fake accounts and they're gonna write reviews Oh, that's what it is. They know it's a fake account.
Well, they can. It probably.
I know what
timestamps
you
it.
guys are doing when you get home.
I'm gonna try to do this more. I want to read the shit, man. That shit would be so funny to read.
Brian
some of this.
Redban gave me HPV.
Brian Redban made me squirt.
With his hook-shaped dick.
Did I ever tell you what happened to me recently? I was dating this porn star, and I shouldn't have said that.
That's how every story should start.
I was dating this girl, and she was very, 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 very young, like super young. She just had turned 21,
12.
like this year.
We're gonna edit in 12.
12. She just turned in 21 this year, and I've said this on a podcast before, but I don't think I've told you this. She was doing ecstasy for her first time, and so she was like, me and her were like fucking around. We're on ecstasy. She's like, I can't feel my body, and I'm like, here, can I? And then I was like, I start eating her ass at this party. Like we go out to by the pool, and you're not supposed to be out there. You know,
You're not supposed to eat ass either.
Yeah.
You get hepatitis.
Oh, really? Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
So then I'm eating her ass, and she couldn't feel her asshole, so she shits in my mouth, and I just spit all this shit back on her ass, and I start wiping my face off on her butt. Because I didn't want her to know. I didn't want to ruin the whole thing for her. And I start like fucking like taking handfuls of chlorine water and just drinking it.
I would have taken acid. I would have taken chlorine, not chlorine water, and I would have chugged it and killed myself.
Yeah.
If someone shit in my mouth.
Yeah. That's the worst thing.
What did it taste like?
You know when you like wipe your ass and you miss, you know, you hit like a little finger and then you smell your finger and you're like, oh, it smells like shit. What the fuck? I need to wash my hands. It's like that, but in your mouth.
How much did it have to take to get it out of your mouth?
Really, yeah. Well, the thinking about it, like I have a ghost.
You have like a gag reflex
There's
every
a
time you
ghost.
think about it.
Just thinking about it, I could smell and taste it now.
Didn't we talk about this on the last episode? Everybody eating ass. Who ate ass? Who likes it? Shane, you eat ass, right? Never.
What?
But you like your ass to be eaten. Uh-oh.
Hey, somebody can log in right here.
Lauren's in.
Oh, shit. Yes. All right. Does it still say, like, the top trending?
Hey, Lauren, come back here. Lauren? Did you check mine to see if I was reviewed? Am I? No. Okay, good. Okay, search for a guy. Wait, should I? Okay, wait. I'll mirror it to put it on the screen. Why is hers not doing it? She is.
Because you're in the app.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to see this.
How do I get it up on the screen? Make it go up. Oh, I see. Here, I'll do it. She has the old phone.
She doesn't have the new iOS 7.
Oh. All right, we'll put it up the camera. Kenton Boswell. Or do I look under Pizza Boy?
No, I got my Facebook back.
Kenton, Boswell. Search. I hope to God some girl. Sorry, we couldn't find any guys that match that.
Oh man.
All right, Brian
Redban.
Redban.
And then we're gonna read Crystalias. No, I'm just kidding.
We should read that. Funny.
It would be funny, but I mean, like it's already.
I asked him if he knew about it. He said, "Yeah."
No one.
What about Brian Reichel? It might because it's under Facebook. REI.
Wait. Brian
with an I.
REI. Is this your real name?
CHLE. Yeah.
Okay.
Third Reichel.
Jeez. Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. It's up there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wait. Friend zone. Brian hasn't been reviewed yet. Do him a favor and get him started on Lulu. Don't worry. He'll never know it was you. So let's review him.
Wow.
I'm going to review you.
No.
And it's going to but it's going to come in from my wife.
Oh. Huge.
Are you flying private in that picture?
No.
Okay. Report is inappropriate? Yeah, no. Wait. How do I get out of this now?
I don't know. I think they're in bed with Facebook. It's probably Lulu owns Facebook.
Review him anonymously. Let's say ex-boyfriend crush, together hooked up. Let's say hooked up. Speaking of hooks, please authenticate before making. Okay, let's get out of this. I want to look up what's his name.
Yeah, is there a front page? This is like greatest hits or top people.
We can't. Okay, let's check out that comedian.
Yeah.
So, how do you spell it?
You can.
Why do you know your mom's?
Oh, there you go. And then you'll find that one message.
No.
That will change your life forever.
I'm not finding anyone that we know other than you were up there, Reichel. Third Reichel. Even that's not up there.
Really?
How is that not? Capitalize the first name? Okay. Yeah, how long have you been on this? Okay. Nope. Did you find anyone you knew on it?
You know what? I think it might be also something like you have to be
friends with them.
Maybe. There we go. All right, so he's on it also. Who are these top people? Oh, these are all your friends? This is all your mom's friends. You're looking at reviews of your mom's friends.
And her friends are reviewed.
That's so weird.
9.0. You got to figure out that Ryan guy right there.
9.4. Who is this guy?
So wait, these are all my wife's friends.
Why am I friends with your wife?
Why are all my wife's friends getting these comments that they all have huge cocks?
Wait a second. Is there any just type in some people to see guys nearby? No, it says guys nearby. My friends trending on Lulu. Dude's right next to it.
I just got bounced out. This fucking app, Lulu, go fuck yourself.
I'm trending.
How are you trending? There's 4 people on this, and it's us.
11 views now.
No score yet. Nobody cares about you, Shane. Because girls that get fucked in dumpsters don't have the internet.
Why? Where's that? Did you look up that one comic we were talking about?
Yeah, nothing.
Is not on there?
No. I think
both of them.
I think you can only get to people that are your friends with.
God, I want to fucking. I would love to just like look into some porn stars, Lulu. You know she's friends with everyone we know, probably. Kenton,
no views, but no. This website sucks.
Yeah, scroll down more.
Lulu,
to see if there's any of these names that pop out. Oh no.
Now explain us Tinder, and then we got to end the show because these guys got to get up for work early, and I got to get on a plane. Who's that guy right there? He's hot.
He's gone.
Explain Tinder again.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Tinder just goes by the distance, and it like
it's like Grindr.
It's Grindr for women and guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you go like 1 mile away from you. There's, you either say you like them or not like them, and then if you say you like them, like if you like their picture, then it sends it to them, and then they see your picture, and they go, if they like you. And so you both like each other, you think that you're both hot, then it opens up a chat room so you guys can just sit there and chat and like, hey.
Has it worked for you?
I actually haven't really used it too much. I've talked a lot to people on it, but, like the hooking up thing, I'm not really.
Has anyone here? Kenton, have you used Tinder?
No, I got a buddy that uses it.
Does it work for him?
No, but we found a bunch of people that we know.
Shane, you've never used Tinder?
I've used it, but it's never worked.
It doesn't work.
I forget who told me it, because who originally told me about it, he's like, dude, I go on a Tinder date almost every day.
Yeah, I've heard guys say this.
And I've gotten laid like 99% of the time.
Yeah, but I used to have a friend who used to fuck every girl on Match.com.
All right.
And he's like, I make 7 dates a week. I go out with 7 girls on Match.com. I fuck them all.
Wow.
And I go, how do you do it? He goes, I look for girls that are looking for marriage.
Wow.
And he goes, I go on a date with him, and he goes, those girls that are so desperate to marry, they fuck on the first date, not realizing they should hold back. That friend's dead.
Oh.
He's like a Redban friend. All right, what's the? Oh, this is that video of the fucking.
What is this?
It's a guy who just copied like a Miley Cyrus or something video. What video is he copying? What is it? Wrecking Ball. Is that Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
He copied it, but he showed reaction shots too. Oh, he did it on chat roulette?
Yeah.
We used to do chat roulette and just get dudes up here, and we'd always find the dudes without their shirts on and their cocks out, and they would see us, and there were like 20 of us sitting here, and we'd be like, "Put your cock away!" And we also had a girl on a chat room one time squirt for us.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool. You ever go to My Free Cams, or I mean,
I know you're a big fan. You I went
Chatterbait?
on there when you told me about it. I looked at it and I realized the way girls can put on like, I don't want to be seen in America, Australia, Canada, and England, but I'll be seen in like Estonia and fucking Latvia and blah blah. I realized that that's what every chick is doing now. You know these girls that never work, and you're like, how do you have money?
Oh yeah.
They're on there.
Oh yeah, 100%. And what they don't know is that a lot of people screenshot their videos, so eventually we'll probably run into a couple people we know just by like going to the other porn sites and going, webcam girl masturbates. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, here you are.
This girl from Simpsons. There's also another thing you can do is like, I had a girl that I was like, why is this girl so hot? And she says that she works at a bank, and I just don't put the two together. Like, she's always dressed like super slutty. I'm like, you're just a bank teller. Why the fuck are you dressed like a hooker? And so then I took her sexiest Facebook photos, and I did that trick I was talking about earlier where you Google image search backwards reverse and found her in an ad, unless the hooker took her pictures from her Facebook, but she was like an escort the whole time.
What's that? Bank teller hookers? Oh. They're all over the place. All right. Well, hey, that was awesome. Redban, fucking, you're welcome anytime here.
Thanks, man.
Love it. Oh, whoa.
What?
Oh, that's creepy. That's what comes up?
Wow. Lohan.
That's hilarious. Eddie F. Lindsay.
That...
Lindsay used to work on the show.
Oh,
no pictures of her, though, thank God. Because we do not need... Oh, there she is with Jason. Ugh. Lindsay was at Almost Acoustic Christmas. I'm like backstage where all the bands are and everything. And I was with Parrish Chong and my wife and who else was with me?
Thanks for
Brad Williams and Nick Swartzen. No, like we're all hanging out, and all of a sudden Lindsay appears, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" All right,
you took Lindsay to Acoustic Christmas.
I did not
and
take
you didn't
Lindsay.
Any of the Mongs?
No.
Look what happens if you type my name in, Brian Redban. What comes up?
Yeah, let's look.
I'm mad at you now.
How does it have me shirtless?
Ah.
I came in like a wreck. All right, so let's end the show after we find out when you put in Brian Redban girlfriend, Brian Redban girlfriend Veronica, Brian Redban face, Brian Redban net worth. What do they say you're worth? They say I'm worth like $146.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never looked at that.
What's your celebrity net worth? Let's see what you're worth. I think they do it by your website. They value your website. And how many hits you get or something, and that is how they come up with it. They don't even do it. All right. Thanks for listening, shitheads. If you stayed these are going to be 2 episodes. So sorry we broke them up into 2 and we couldn't do it, but I'm out of fucking town. I'm in Pittsburgh or North Carolina or some of these things. Isn't it funny we put up Lindsay and then Matthew Perry's home came up on the side? Did you see that?
Yeah.
She's been there. So keep listening. On New Year's Eve, we're going to have the 300th episode. You'll hear it, or the 30th or the 31st. I think we're going to put it up on the 31st. So listen to it. It's going to be our best episode ever. It was pretty fun to make, and you'll like it. But use the Amazon click-through, please, during the Christmas season. And if you got some extra cash to get, become a super shithead or ultimate or grand or motherfucking or dirty or smelly or piece of. And also, do I don't know, fucking do all the shit. Do it, fucking get on it. Yeah, thanks for listening. Brian Redban, where can they can all find you at Death Squad and the Joe Rogan podcast, and what's your Twitter?
Redban, REDBAN. And if when's this dropping?
This will come out next week.
So next week,
next Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, we have a new. I have a Death Squad Texas tour that goes on sale probably next couple of days. It's going to be Houston, Dallas, and Austin, January 9th, 10th, and 11th. So just
fuck, why am I not on that? I would have come on that.
Come do it.
I would. I would love that. Where are you going? Austin, Dallas, and
Houston.
Fuck,
all in a row, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, each one.
Fuck, I would love to go on that instead of. I think I'm in Indianapolis. Sorry, Indianapolis. Come out and see me at Morty's Joke Joint. No, I think I moved that till the end of the month. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for listening. That's disgusting.
That's Sophie D, porn star Sophie D. I was looking right up her vagina at that
It
picture.
looks like she had her period on you.
Yeah, it was a horror movie shitty horror movie I did, and the whole time her pussy was just dripping blood, and that's what that spot on my forehead is. It just dropped right on my forehead.
Oh, I thought you were Indian.
No.
Who's going on the Texas tour with you?
I believe it's me and Tony Hinchcliffe and
Eddie Ift.
And Eddie Ift.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. The Mongs, thanks for doing the show. Listen to the Mongcast as always. It's getting better every fucking day. They're working so hard on it. And if you want your packages, Shane is going to get them out, right, Shane?
I'll get the packages out. Don't worry.
Cody's stepping up. Shane's stepping down.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
All right. Anyway, we will take care of it. Heinrich. He got some of his stuff. He deserves. He needs a song. Chi-Chi, you got to write a song about him. You got to write a song about him. That's not on me. I can't deliver it. No, but you gotta delegate. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.